I do it daily. What's that, Jack?
Did you buy a house?
No, we got screwed.
Did you buy the one down the street? You should do it.
No.
How'd you go, neighbor?
We're live.
All right. Welcome to D&D.
Welcome to D&D, where everything's made up.
Long HP,
Literally
right?
everything.
And HP is the only thing that matters.
And the XP doesn't matter.
I don't know what that is.
All right, what happened last time?
I was looking at the session titles. I actually named the one Rolling BOYLE.
Hmm?
What?
Oh,
Rolling
Royal.
Oh.
like a
Wow.
person.
Friends at First was last session.
It was.
We started by heading back to Orin.
Mm-hmm.
Decided to avoid any of the nasties.
We
towards
saw a
the sea
big,
or towards the mountains.
big territorial thing by the coast.
Big plant beast hybrid creature.
Yep.
Wanda was like, I know what that is. Don't go near it.
Council divulged his origin.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You
Backstory.
did.
Juicy.
Some details, I
That meat,
guess.
though.
Tizzle immediately offended him by asking him, I guess before,
It was
You guys know how to
before.
read books.
do you even read books?
Do you read books? Council's like,
It ruined my life.
one day.
PTSD visions.
Books ruined my life.
We enter the city from the west. We close the outer doors behind us. Arrive at Orin. The inner gates are closed. We hail the guards. Guards let us in. Revan does some silly stuff to convince them that we're super cool. We go talk to Alabaster. Council gets asked for specifically. Magister needs some help managing city inquiries because he's just getting flooded. So our council offers to help. Put my notes down here so I don't have to look up.
Wrote down that council had a short counseling session with the Magister.
Counseled.
Yo, dog.
And we got his side of the story too, of the James versus Alabaster dispute. And he said some jealousy, more fear. He knows he got his powers from an unknown source. He told us Noon wants life back. He thinks it's all nonsense though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point because we don't know if James is actually telling the truth or not, or whether this Noon is. We discussed this in character. We're not sure whether Noon is actually who Noon says Noon is. It could be some other entity entirely.
Right.
Yep. It definitely is some like James knew things that he should not have known.
It is something.
Meeting us before. So yeah, it's something out there that he's talking to. And that something knows about other things like us. But he didn't need to touch our hands to do it.
Well, some things it did. Some of the information it did need to, and some of it it didn't.
Yeah. He knew about you too without
Yeah, he knew things about Revan that he couldn't have really known.
Right.
Some people he needed to be a pervert and touch them.
Maybe he didn't have to touch you. Maybe he just has a hand fetish. You don't know.
I like your digit.
Created a character to have a hand fetish. That would be.
That sounds exactly like something Spencer would do too. Right. From what I know of him.
I'll say that I didn't create this. It was given to me.
Oh, gosh.
I received it.
The fetish or the character?
I'm not going to yes and this because we're on stream.
So keep going.
Okay. So we talk about James for a bit, and we ask Alabaster to keep an eye on James as we plan to head towards the west. And the Magister finally explains what happened to the Western travelers. Well, what their purpose was, and apparently they were going to the Dwarn to trade, to try and set up some trade to get more alchemite. However, the collars stopped moving, and they are under the mountain in the west. And there's only one path between here and the Dwarn capital. So we will most likely bump into them along the way
Maybe they're just sleeping.
for a really long time. Yeah.
Sleepy. It's dark.
Important clarification.
Mhm.
Alabaster said he only knew of one path.
Right, right. The Magister asks Tizol to scout in the ocean for any. Oh yeah, we bring up the heart of the world. That was exciting. The Magister tells Felix that more adventurers are arriving. Rounding up a force to attack the beacon may be possible in the near future. Because the beacon is quite exceptionally guarded.
So that the quest will autocomplete because we
Right, right.
taken so long.
Well, he did mention that he wants us to kind of lead them, so I imagine
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
we'll do that. Council and Wanda went to go visit Joan. She needs some ore. Asked for a guide to the mountains. We said yes. She was quite adamant that she could take care of herself. Wanda wants a way to record the history of his people and was asked Council if learning a language or learning how to read would blow him up. As we had to reassure those those concerns.
Wonder is still very suspicious.
I
Careful
mean,
what you read.
yeah.
Dangerous pastime.
It's like goblins from Pathfinder, where they're afraid to read words because they think they'll steal the words from your brain. Looks to.
That's a very goblin thing to think. Revan and Felix go to Captain Reichert. They're packing and heading south to build the Nightingale 3. They won't be here for a while, but they will be coming back. Felix has a request. He needs more blue alchemite. The captain says yes, but they don't have any of them right now. The person trading pelts may have some, I think. Maybe
I
that's
put
what
in
it is.
a request
Right, yeah.
to Eric.
Eric.
Yep. If I get him a new leatherworker tool set, he'll get some blue alchemite.
Oh, then, well, maybe we're part of our chain of quests. So we escort Joan, we get ore, we come back, finish the blacksmith. We can have her. You can help her build some leathersmithing tools to bring to Eric to get some blue alchemite. Yeah, side quests.
There we
All
go.
right.
And Reichert offered whenever the ship is ready that any of us could take passage on it, and they would be.
Yeah.
One of the places they would be likely going was back to. Oh goodness, the place
Back
we
to the
came from.
pillars.
The pillars.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Felix talks to Carrie. They talk about some schematics. Carrie has taken notes. Felix says he will build it. I don't remember what the schematics were for exactly.
A gun.
A gun. All right, Felix gonna build a gun. Is it like
Our
a
word gun.
cannon? Oh, okay, it's like a handgun.
Little gun.
Okay, a derringer. Revan asks about the heart of the world. Captain Reichert has no idea what that is. Hasn't even heard of Noon before. They chat about the Leviathan. Captain Reichert offers to bring the people back when the Nightingale's done. Felix offers to help the pelt trade. Okay, we've done that. Blah, blah, blah. Revan looks for potions and other gubbins. Doesn't find a whole lot. Okay, Tizol. Why don't you talk about what you did, friendo?
Yeah, he bailed out of the window when everyone else left to go their separate ways. He dabbed over the city and showboated for people, and then he essentially flew over the water and figured out the outline of the sunken city, going basically from point to point around the outskirts and then driving towards the middle to where he then plunged into the depths of that very center hexagon, revealing that there is a kraken down there. And he bails because he hears a loud guttural sound, and then heads back to the Wolf and Hound to tell everyone what he saw.
And we haven't reported to the Magister yet.
We have not reported that to the Magistrate yet.
I have in my notes. Tizol hears a sound and nopes out of the ocean with his Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. Luca, help me remember because I didn't jot it down. But when you said a kraken, Did you see tentacles, or how did you come to the conclusion that the creature was a kraken? I don't remember.
It was a similar sound to what we had heard when we were when the ship was taken down. It made a guttural sound, and it was a similar sound. And then as he was flying away, Spencer, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the eyes poked up out of the water and looked at him.
You saw the top of some creature poke out of the water and look at you going off to the city and then submerge back beneath the waves.
Okay, so it made a similar sound to what the kraken had made before. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
I want to
And-
talk to it.
And he made that sound in the tavern too, when he was telling the story.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
All right, that's
Yeah.
So does Tizzle essentially talk as like a parakeet or a parrot would, and he can only talk through mimicking if he's heard something? 'Cause that would be amazing.
At first, that is how I imagined it, but I actually think he's learned to speak, and that's why he speaks so poorly, because he has learned the language. It's not that he's mimicking. If he was mimicking, he wouldn't speak the way he does. So he's actually speaking it. He's not mimicking it. He can mimic sound.
But he is talking like a
he's-
parakeet, like he opens his mouth and the words come out a bit.
Yeah,
Because he doesn't have lips, so he can't make f sounds or m.
Okay, I am not RPing that.
Please?
Why not?
Why? Like who?
Oh, quick reminder too, if nobody's done it, there's a new PHB from Spencer with updated maps and typos fixed.
Yeah, I just added the maps that I've got pulled up.
I like typos.
a player handbook.
I like typos. They
Downloading
give
it
it
right
character.
now.
Then Captain Reichert wanted to talk to Wander. Did that happen
Yep.
after? Did
Yep.
we already touch on that?
No, I didn't touch on that.
Barnabas?
he wanted to ask me about the ethical treatment of wood, and so we had a little conversation.
Oh yeah, for their ship, the new ship.
Mhm.
Ooh,
Ethical
that's
treatment of
so
wood
weird.
and any tips on interacting with Floral Torn should he come across one.
This new map is fancy.
Mm-hmm. I'm digging it.
Yeah, so that's essentially what Tizol was able to piece together of the city of Orin.
That's super cool.
Yes.
I like that.
And in the middle is a disgusting, inky octopus filling.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to say it's disgusting. There's
It knows
nothing
its
wrong
worth.
with.
You're giving away that you're the big bad, Adam.
I'm. Revan doesn't mind tentacles as he's completely covered in tattoos of them.
The name of this session, session 10, is Friends at Last.
Oh, so we had friends at first
Wait,
last time, and now we
no.
have friends at last. Interesting. Wait, is this a hexagon? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Mhm.
5, 6. Hexagon is bestagon.
That's
Someone
such an
stab
Alex
him.
thing to say.
It's the perfect shape. I'll link a video later, wise. Anyway,
I would be very interested in seeing that.
We
You
forgot to mention
genuinely.
that I rolled very poorly to start last session HP. Just so
That's true.
everyone keeping tabs at home, I've rolled poorly
Mhm.
twice now.
Yep.
all of us have to at least get a one time. I mean,
Yeah.
it's-
You're gonna want that tough feat, Luca, as a
Yeah,
monk.
gonna need it.
So you guys wake up the next morning, assuming nobody wants to do anything throughout the night.
I guess I won't read my journal. Yeah, that's fine.
If you'd like to, you certainly can.
You don't have to do it in secret anymore.
Oh, that's true, but
We asked you to
Yeah.
let us know
I'll wait until we're outside
before
of the city.
you burn
'cause-
everything down.
Right, I don't want to fire elementals to swoogity
Ah,
boogity
come
in the city.
You don't want to be
Right.
like Khalid and do the ritual in the middle of a city?
Oh, the.
I want to go back and listen to that session.
I'll wait until we're traveling. So we wake up. That's a feat.
You wake up inside the Wolf and Hound in your normal room where you've been staying for the last almost it's been I think about a week since you arrived here.
Okay.
What would you like to do? You hear not much going on downstairs, just kind of the normal sounds of food being prepared, a couple people chatting,
I have to step
occasional
away again. I'm
chairs
sorry.
like being pulled.
Goodbye, Luca.
Uh,
While we're waiting
Um,
for him, Council would have spent a bit of this morning, assuming he wakes up a little earlier than normal, or maybe stayed up a little bit later. He would write his plan for the Magister, um, the
Hmm.
the the help with his request. So he got
Okay.
a nice, well documented, following tradition. I'm sure he has some like leftover Eln forms of like submission or something from his travel. So he kind of filled one of those out, and he's gonna send that over.
Sure.
We also have to report on what we found in the center of the city, or what Tizol did. So Council's gonna wait and kind of sit at the bottom table.
Okay.
And just exist.
Yeah, when you do go downstairs in the morning, you find that Joan is downstairs, seated at one of the tables, and she is waiting for you.
Yeah, I'll go sit with her and um yeah, that's about it. If she attempts small talk, he will try, but otherwise no.
Not really small talk. Just when you sit down, she lets you know that she got up early, just so that you guys wouldn't forget her. Basically.
Okay. Cool.
yeah,
NPC made a pretty good assumption that we were going to forget it.
Well,
Revan just eventually, when he gets up, goes down to eat and have some coffee and asks if he can join Joan and Council.
sure. Yeah. You see
And
that
he
there are
definitely
like
makes
maybe one or two other people in the tavern at this point. And of course, Molly is awake, and you can see Stefan behind the bar.
Revan definitely makes small talk with Joan. We don't need to RP it, but just that would be in his nature.
Sure. Anyone else have anything specific they'd like to do? All right. Once everybody is downstairs, uh, Joan kind of stands up and takes everybody outside. You see, once you get outside, that she has uh, basically like a little red wagon that she is going to be pulling with her uh, because her goal is to go into the mountain to get ore. And so she is going to be pulling this little wagon. It's not actually red, but imagine like you got the mental image of a little red wagon.
Little
She's got the
handheld
equivalent of
pulled-
that, right?
Yeah. Okay.
A little cart that she's going to be pulling along.
Okay. Cool.
Little radio flyer.
Exactly.
That's cute.
Yeah, Council tells her that we have to make a stop by the Magister before heading out. Because there's some information we need to deliver. He doesn't mention the Kraken in the middle of the city.
She says that this is agreeable. And you guys are off through the city.
The Magister.
Upon arriving at the Magisters, there isn't a line today. But you do know that, I mean, now that there are more people in the city, you come across people in walking more frequently.
Okay.
So whereas
That's within the
before,
last week.
yeah, in that, couple minutes or whatever, like 15, 30 minutes it would take you to get to the other side of the city, you'd come across maybe 10 or 20 people. Now it's closer to like maybe 50 people.
Oh, cool. So since we've been here for a week, it does seem like the population is quite steadily increasing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there are with the kind of mass exodus from the pillars, people
Right.
have found their way here.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I guess we head into the tower or the academy.
Okay. When you head up into the academy, again, there's no line. You are able to find your way back to the staircase, wind your way up, and again find the door closed. Knocking on the door.
Knock on the door.
You don't hear a response for 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds.
Oh, they was gonna say minutes. Like what?
No. Now, I'm assuming you would have done something by then.
Right.
No, but a solid half minute passes before anything happens. And then you see a very sleepy eyed Alabaster opens the door, says, I'm so sorry. I was able to get a good night's rest for the first time in what feels like ages. Come in. He just kind of leaves the door hanging open, like waves you all in. He's wearing essentially like the bathrobe version of the robe that he normally wears. Like he's busy tying it, like got his bunny slippers on.
Wizard sleeping robe.
Exactly.
It's the same robe. He just magics it to
Yeah. He
turn
just
into a bathrobe.
prestidigitation.
Council, Council hands him the forms he wrote basically.
He takes them and says, oh, that was incredibly quick.
I had a decent amount of free time in the evening.
I see why your people valued you. Or at least valued your position and your mind. Thank you for this. And he kind of puts it on the table.
A strange claim without having read the contents, but I accept the compliment regardless.
Fast work, nonetheless.
Like
Oh.
writing utensils or like parchment around by chance?
Yeah, so on that table that you guys have kind of congregated around before, and you've seen him talk to the other leaders of the town around, there's like a little inkwell and some parchment that's sitting out there.
While council and him are talking, Tizal would start going over there and just draw basically an overhead view of what he saw. Basically, this map, he would basically draw that out as
Okay.
they're speaking.
Okay. Yeah,
Council,
so while he's also talking to council, he does kind of give you side eyes every once in a while just to like see what you're doing.
Council gestures to Tizol and says, our companion managed to complete your request for flying over the water to discover something.
Oh yes, that's right. Wow, you all work so incredibly quickly.
Wander keeps repositioning himself so as to keep a safe distance from books that are around. And if I understand, there are books everywhere. So he keeps like noticing them and then backing away and then noticing others and backing away from those.
Hey.
I mean-
Alabaster.
Books are just a collection of sheets of skin to you.
Except sometimes they explode and you wake up unconscious and everyone's dead.
Danger skin.
All books are a book of the dead to the Florn.
He approaches Tizal and says, what is that you're drawing?
This is outline of Oren and all of the underwater sunken areas around it.
He studies it for a moment. Kind of sits down in the chair that's there and keeps looking at it. You were able to see all this from the sky.
Yes. I got close to the water and saw through to
Were you
get
able?
the outline.
Could you make out any detail of what
Yes.
these other quadrants look like under the water?
You feel free to correct me, Spencer, if I misspeak right now, but
Yeah, for sure.
it appears that each of the quadrants, as you say, have different environments. Some grass, some sand.
You didn't see a sand one so
No.
much. Basically, what the northern one was more like thickly covered in trees, and the one more to the south was still trees but more sparse. It was like trees and grassland.
They now dead trees.
Good question. I don't know if Tizal looked. Would Tizal have paid attention to that kind of thing? Or
No.
just been like, oh, look, there's a tree.
Yep.
And the west is barren. That's the one we're in, right?
Yes.
So yeah, north vegetation, southwest, kind of prairie-esque. Is that the one you just
Yeah.
described?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Prairie,
it-
not sand. Yeah, that's right. Prairie.
Yeah.
I remember
it's-
one of them fit like a prairie. I don't know why I was thinking
Yeah.
sand.
And I don't know how
I
we
was-
knew that southeast was watery.
I mean, they're
Was it-
all watery.
Right.
It looked wetter than the rest.
Right.
That's right. Yeah, one looked wetter.
That one's very wet.
Was it more coastal? Is it like coral reefs and stuff on it? I don't know.
No, the one to the southeast, it was almost like a mixture of the one directly to the west of it and the one north,
Oh, okay.
where there were some trees, but it was mostly like grassland.
Okay.
Thank you. I didn't get all that during the session. I was kind of distracted when that all went down. But
Yeah.
yeah, he would relay that information.
Okay.
I'm the player will know, so the character knows. I swear.
He looks at it. Says, "Who would have built such a thing? Who could have built such a thing?"
My
That is
money is on Alacanter, but that's probably incorrect.
That's an interesting thought. Why do you say that?
He's the best.
That's fair.
Seeing the different themes within this city layout, as far as environments and temples go, part of me wonders if not all of the deities were involved.
So you
I think that's a
suppose
good assessment.
you suppose that this city was built by the gods themselves?
Or perhaps guided, if this may be some sort of. If we were to go along the lines of what James said about life being stolen, perhaps the gods are the ones who stole life, and this is the birthplace of the sentient races. If that is something imaginable, then perhaps the gods are the ones that guided our initial ancestors.
I'd have to consult my books a little bit about that before I agree with you, but that's certainly a thought.
Be
It's,
careful with them.
What? Why?
It's just that occasionally
Council slowly looks to Wander as he starts to speak and just stares.
Wander stares at the floor.
Could even be that it was more inspired by the gods, less
is
than
true.
directed. Certainly seems all the races came together and built this place.
Tizol, did you see what was in the northeast sector of the city?
No.
Hmm?
Judging that the
At that point, it's too deep. You couldn't see.
yeah,
So like can you see my mouse? Probably not.
We
Like
can.
the east and northeast, you couldn't really see that region as much. Like at that
Mhm.
point, it was
That
pretty
was
well
more in the
beneath the
depths,
waves.
yeah.
Yep.
I remember that. I remember that you gave like 4 of like the ecosystems or whatever, and the 2 of them I couldn't see.
Yeah.
We can
Um,
see your mouse, by the way.
Oh, what?
oh, nice.
Only
I don't know what
because
makes
it's
it different.
it's the magnifying glass.
Oh, you can't see
made
the
it
regular
That
cursor.
why? That's so weird.
Well, now
Oh.
it's gone.
Now it's gone. Rip.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Now it's gone.
Wait,
Now it's
hold on.
gone.
Is it
Rip.
just when the
there
application
you
is
go.
focus?
Yeah. So did you click out of the window?
Wait, can
Oh,
you see it now?
clicking
No.
in makes it go away.
What?
Yeah. So when
That's
you click out, we
bonkers.
can see it.
That
Okay.
game's broken.
Cool.
Discord.
Council's gonna walk up to the sheet and use the utensil that Tizzle used to draw it, and put a number 1 in the super vegetative northwest one,
Okay.
and then do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 of a counter clockwise. So 1 would be the one the city's currently in.
So this is 1.
Yeah, and then the one above it is 6.
6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right. And he's gonna stare at it for a bit and kind of gesture. 6 has the most vegetation. 1 has the least. Moving to the right from 1, the amount of vegetation seems to steadily increase until you reach 6. It appears to be some sort of gradient of life.
We also don't know what 5 and 4 look like,
True.
but that's
My
a
guess
theory.
is we go from no vegetation to very little to slightly more, and then we have 2 unknowns, and then 1 section with an abundance.
It's possible that the depths contain quite a bit of vegetation, and we know not what lurks beneath the surface in those areas.
While true, I have never known there to be trees underwater.
Would Revan know of trees underwater ever?
Make me either a history or a nature check.
Well, they're both intelligence, so I add a 0 no matter what. That will be a 13.
You know of like kelp forests, like and like seaweed groves, but no, you're not familiar with any trees underwater.
I think these trees probably grew when the land was above water.
That would be my assumption as well.
Either way, I'm not sure how it pertains to our current objective.
Right. Just an observation.
Well, thank you for this. This is very, very useful. Very helpful.
There might be more.
Right, the last
More to the city.
detail.
Yes. Yeah. In the middle, there was
Is that what
a
the heart
being.
is? Spit it out.
Yes, we believe that that is where the heart of the world is. I went under the water and heard, and he makes the sound.
When you do,
Can you make that sound, please?
No,
Alabaster just like immediately covers his ears.
you told me to spit it out. What do you want?
Is that bird for something? What is that noise?
That is Kraken for hungry. I assume. We
Very,
believe it's a Kraken.
very large creature lurks in the depths there. You also didn't see the bottom, right, Tizal?
No,
You're
I
saying
heard
that
that.
there's
I heard that noise and I fled quickly.
From what was described, it appears to be a colossal creature guarding the center of the city.
Yes.
and it's that close to land.
And the center of the city is very deep.
I did not go down very far, but I heard it and it did surface to look at me as I flew away.
I don't believe it is coincidental that the known paths we have leading to the center of the city underground through the temples are locked and greatly inaccessible. And directly at the center of the city is a large creature.
Ah, so you're saying that perhaps those pathways, if they were open, would create a pathway either for us to get to the creature or the creature to get to us, either of which
My
sounds like a bad deal.
assuming conclusion was that the creature is there intentionally. That may not just be a home for it. It may be protecting something.
Yeah, I-
Just as the doors protect the way down.
Is it
But we
it's
still
protecting something? Oh, sorry. Please.
I think I was about to say the same thing. Is he trying to keep something in, or is he trying to keep something out?
More or less what I was going to say.
We can't know that.
Well, perhaps there's a way. I've not tried it with a kraken outside of. Well, I've not tried it with a kraken of these sorts, but I am able to communicate with those creatures that can swim under the depths.
You're saying you'd like to go parlay with it?
Ah, no. I don't think I'd like to swim up to it and see if it would be my friend, but perhaps there's something.
Perhaps if we could find a way through one of these temple doors, or some other means underground, you may be able to approach it from a narrow hallway and be safer, rather than out the open ocean.
I think that
Aye.
that's probably the best place to investigate first.
I'm greatly intrigued by the idea of Revan opening dialogue with a kraken.
If it were to be willing to speak, we could certainly find out what its true intentions are, just because the creature is huge, we shouldn't assume it means to kill us all.
Didn't you arrive here on a boat that was attacked by a kraken?
Aye.
Seems an odd choice to be defending one, but I'll leave it
That's
to
how
you.
that is how I
racist.
recognized. That is how I recognize the sound.
Speciesist.
Sounds like Alabaster's racist.
The most troubling situations can often be the most rewarding, but unfortunately, conjecture can only get us so far.
Aye.
I say we head to the mountains. The
Ah,
compass the compass was leading us that direction.
We are escorting Miss Joan to collect ore, Majesty. She requested it.
That's right. Okay. So, good. If I, okay, good. Thank you for that. Anything else?
We'll be heading west.
All right. I imagine that a line will start forming outside my door any minute. So
I
I'd
wish you the
best
best.
tidy myself up. Thank you. He walks you back to the door and lets you out.
Council jumps out the window.
He's
He's done. All right.
When you get back downstairs, you do see Joan is waiting, just kind of in the little courtyard there, just with the little wagon. You see that there are a group of people now that are kind of making their way towards the academy.
Before we make it to Joan, can I ask a question to the group?
Oh, go ahead.
As we're walking down the stairs, as we make our way to the mountains, what is our intent? What do we hope to find there?
Well, first the lost adventurers,
The fate of the adventurers, correct?
and second, whatever it is the compass is leading us to.
It seems the compass changes based on what my heart may desire, or even my thoughts are at the time.
You're gonna have to really think about that door.
Hi. I just want to be clear that we're all going for the same thing, or it could lead us astray.
Where's the compass pointing right now?
I know what Spencer's going to ask me.
Well, the last thing you mentioned was, or you talked about, was opening the door, and so that it is pointing to the west.
And talking to the Kraken too, like yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that was the big conversation was the
It just
Kraken.
points to the ocean.
Yeah, it's talking to the Kraken. It would be like if you want the Kraken, it's just points basically straight east.
Yeah.
I would like to state that the well-being of ourselves and Joan be higher priority than discovering the fate of these travelers.
I did
Aye.
forget to mention this morning, Felix's armor looks different. It's much more compact, like it's tighter on his body, and the helmet isn't a dome, it's actually a helmet with a visor.
Oh, this is
And-
Zero Suit Samus, Felix.
And it yeah, the other like form was very like clunky, like you could hear him moving around. This armor does not really make any sound when he moves.
Okay.
Like a sneaking suit.
You could call
Going
it
Metal
that.
Gear on us.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like the gap between no armor and heavy armor, or does it look like it's not light
It
armor? It's
still
more
looks
like-
pretty heavy.
Okay.
It's just a bit. It looks like it's not as bulky and it's not as loud.
He's not Ned Flanders, ski suit in front of us.
Yeah.
Stupid, sexy Felix.
It's no longer the Iron Man suit created in the cave. It's a little more refined than that.
It's,
Yeah.
it's the Iron Man suit created in Tony Stark's workshop. All right.
All right.
When you get down to Joan, she just asks, was it a successful conversation?
It was. We are prepared to head west when you are.
I have been waiting for you. I am ready.
Let us go then.
Do
We
we?
intend to travel during the day this time.
I was just about to ask that.
Oh, did we mess up our sleep schedule again? Is it daytime?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's morning time now.
Poodoo.
We go
We can-
straight to. Okay, do we know that it's dangerous out in the day? What if you're in the mountains? Is it dangerous during the day in the mountains? Because you can't really tell if it's day or night. Like,
Oh, you
I
mean
mean-
like in the mountains?
yeah, I feel like does Felix know that? Because he
Say Felix would probably be the only one who would know that. And no, I don't think that Felix would notice any real difference
it's not
inside the mountain.
really more dangerous during the day
Yeah,
in the mountains.
correct.
It's just either always dangerous or always not dangerous. Or, it doesn't correlate with time.
Yeah, correct.
I think if we hurry across this little desert here, get into the mountains, we'll be fine.
And this will be a shorter trip than the one we took north, so it won't be anywhere near as long of exposure, if I understand correctly.
I
I can fly ahead and scout as well.
As long as we do not run into any of those large creatures we saw on the tree line before.
That is
would not
precisely,
like to fight them either.
that is precisely why I want to fly ahead and scout.
I'm sorry, you saw what outside?
For much farther north, there was an interesting creature we saw. I doubt we will run into it heading straight west.
It was a massive creature lumbering along near the mountains.
We were
If you're
told,
to travel with us, you need to understand the perils that we may face.
please forgive Revan's mansplaining. The name of the creature was a behemoth, we were told. I do not know if you know of such a creature.
Not familiar with such things. No, but I am confident in my own abilities as well as those of you.
We'll be running if we run into it.
I will have to abandon my wagon if we run. Speaking of which, I did procure for us some torches for when we are within the cave.
That was.
And she like kind of pulls back like a little like burlap flap, and underneath it there's like 4 or 5 torches underneath there.
Oh heck yeah!
How big is the wagon?
Again, like little red
Just
wagon
ask
size,
that.
so maybe like 3 feet long, like a foot wide.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Ew.
I mean, you could probably only carry like, 20 bars or the equivalent of 20 bars of metal before it's too heavy. So
Too heavy, right?
you don't need a lot of space.
So, Joan, if your wagon is a worry of yours, I've got a way to make traveling with it a lot easier. So you needn't worry about losing it, especially once it's full upon reaching the mountains.
How is that?
I have a way to place it onto another plane of existence. And
Those words mean nothing to me, but okay.
I can recall it as need
I-
be.
You have a bag of holding you've been holding out on us?
No,
I would've
the
showed that.
hewn ability. Is that what you're talking about?
Laman's secret chest.
Yep.
Oh.
Make
Does
sure you
Joe
pay
not-
attention to the time constraints to it before you just go offering it to anyone.
Oh, true. Yeah. So, oh wait. So it's limited to once per week. But what does that mean? That I can only put one object there per week? Can I recall and place that object back? Or how does that?
You could summon the chest once per week, and then it goes away.
So I can summon it and then it
So
goes
you can
back to
summon
the
it,
ethereal
take
plane.
things out, put things in, and then it goes away.
Oh, but then we'd have to wait a week to pull it back, where we'll be there this day or the next day. Okay.
Correct.
I didn't think through that. Okay. I'm not going to offer that up if we can
I didn't
just
think
skip
you did. So.
off of that.
Well,
Yep.
in an emergency, if we are ambushed and there's a full wagon
In
when
a
you get
pinch.
away, you could pop it in the chest and we could get back
Absolutely.
to the city. And then a week
Instead
get
of
to that,
losing
later,
the whole load, you'd be like,
Right,
well,
right.
Yep.
come back in a week.
delayed gratification kind of thing.
Well, so I'll still have explained that. Yeah, exactly what Alex said. If we
That's
get
good to
into the
know.
situation, I can, keep her from losing it on the way back.
So are racial abilities for everyone? Does Joan have that ability? Because she's also
You
human?
don't know.
Okay.
Wait, was that a racial ability?
It is. Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
You
Is
get
my
that back.
racial ability? Do all Eln have that? Is that how we kind of build stuff sometimes?
I don't know if you know.
Oh, okay.
You might be special.
I might be special. Okay. I'm a little
Can-
snowflake. All right.
Can any other birds control weather?
I don't know if you know. You might be
You-
special.
You can control weather?
I am Storm.
Sort of, yeah.
That is not how you say my name.
Storm.
So,
I meant the cool one.
Oh.
All
All
right,
right,
we have a
to the
KFC
west.
tonight.
as you get to the edge of the city, so assuming you're leaving during the daytime, you do, looking over at the clouds, you do see that there is, at the mountains, there's actually some clouds near the mountains, and you can tell that it is raining there. It's not raining here, but it is raining over on the mountains.
Okay. It hasn't rained since we've been here, right?
No, it is not.
Okay.
No, from what you understand, or from what the people have talked about, it rains very infrequently. Just with how air cooling works and stuff, it rains more on the mountains than it does on the flatlands around the mountains.
Right.
But on every once in a while, there will be some amount of moisture that will make its way over. That's why if you look in this picture, hold on, I'll click out of that one so you can see my mouse. There is some greenery.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but there is some amount of life there.
Can I just say how fortunate we are that we have hand-drawn maps for all of the things we need?
Seriously.
Like, for anyone extra watching, like, this isn't just some stuff. This is like, oh, Spencer drew all these. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I get to get out my artistic jiggles. It's great. I don't know of a better way to describe it, but that
That was
yeah.
perfect.
Get them
Jiggles.
artsy jiggles.
my artsy jiggles.
Well, they're just called drawing.
Nope, artsy jiggles.
I mean, if you're
Yep.
bad at it.
Not sure. They're not artsy jiggles.
All right,
Artsy,
heading west.
All right. As
would I
the
know? Do I think this
Go ahead.
weather, based on what I just said of my like racial ability, does this weather, this rain, does it seem natural?
well, one, that's not really what your racial ability does, but
No.
two, you can make an Arcana check or a Nature check if you wanted to.
I'll do nature. Nature and Arcana are the same. I'm gonna do an Arcana check. Not natural 20.
You know, this is it's a normal thing. Nothing crazy about it. When the outer doors of the like big kind of abandoned courtyard on the outside of the city open, you can immediately feel a little bit more humidity than normal. Whereas it has been like bone dry because of the rain that's falling and the breeze that's constantly pushing in from the mountains. It carries with it a moisture. So it's a little bit more humid than normal, but also cooler.
Okay. As we're passing this outer section and the piles of old equipment, council will kind of point them out, like, that's what I was talking about, to the scrap gear for melting if needed.
Oh, to Joan?
Yeah.
Yeah. And since this is the first time she would have been out here, she will immediately also take note of them. If you guys would be willing to stop for a few minutes, she would ask to like be able to poke around, look at things, see what she can kind of salvage.
Yeah, a few minutes. That's fine. Council doesn't have a problem there.
Yeah.
Yep.
She
Yep.
spends
Revan
like
would not object.
5-10 minutes tops, just looking at them, seeing if there's anything that she could salvage or if there's like components that she could take off, whatever. She lays them back down. This is very good to know, and certainly much closer than the mountains.
Correct. I assume its quality isn't as pure as desired, but
No,
It may work.
there is considerable wear and tear. But once things are melted down, that does not matter so much.
understandable.
Let us
She's-
continue.
While she was doing that, Tizzo would probably just fly to the top of the gate to the west and start like scanning the horizon to see if he can see anything as she's like searching and taking note of things.
Oh, okay, make me a perception check.
It's just like a Helm's Deep size army of fish people, of non.
Natural 20. 24.
Wow.
Oh,
On fire.
So looking directly west, your vision is slightly obscured from the falling rain near the base of the mountains. But between here and the mountains, you don't see anything of note. Looking slightly southward, you can see something along the base of the mountains, but at this point, you're too far away to be able to make out what it is.
Okay. Whenever everyone approaches, he would fly back down and tell them that.
Okay.
And probably fly back. Honestly, he'd probably want to look south explicitly to see if maybe he can get a better look at it before actually dropping down.
Yeah, just at this point, from how far away you are, it's hard to tell.
Okay.
You'd have to get closer. So, like,
Okay.
if you look where you were, can you guys see that? Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah.
So, if you look where you were up here, you were a lot closer to the mountains to be able to see that large beast.
Yeah.
Sure.
From here,
mhm.
certainly not. And once, like, you'd have to get at least like halfway to be able to like make out any detail.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he would fly down, wait for them to get to the gate, relay the information, and essentially say, "I am going to scout ahead and get close to see if it is the creature we saw previously."
Stay safe.
Is our exhaustion gone?
Yes, your exhaustion was gone.
Okay.
The very next sleep.
Okay. Okay.
As soon as you take a long rest, you get rid of one level of exhaustion.
Okay. Okay.
So you
Okay,
guys,
bye.
go ahead.
Okay, bye. And he takes off.
You guys
Bye.
begin walking along towards the mountains. And certainly as you get closer to them, the temperature is dropping steadily, just as the moisture from the rain clouds is coming off. Tizal, as you are flying ahead of the group, why don't you make me another perception check? You're specifically looking southward for whatever the object was.
Correct.
Another natural 20.
Holy crap!
I swear to God.
Get
Just
rid of
waiting
that
for
guy.
combat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Been waiting for it. So you were looking where you had seen it before. It is no longer there, but you can see the shape is further to the south.
Oh, so it's going away.
Yeah, it's going even further south
Got
from
it.
you.
And it's even further. Would I have like caught up enough to get a better like look at it from where I am? You think by now?
Maybe a little bit. With a natural 20, I'd give it to you. You could probably tell that. This is certainly something large, and it is something moving. So it's not a huge logical jump to think that this is like the behemoth or something like that.
Sure. Okay. He would fly back to the group and relay the information.
Good. So it takes you about an hour and a half to 2 hours just to get to the point where you actually start encountering the rain. And once you do, the travel really starts to slow down because Joan's wagon just like keeps getting kind of stuck in the wet sand. If you think of like this is beach sand, so when it gets wet, it can be very, very difficult to walk
Right.
through, let alone pull something with wheels through. So she is certainly having a struggle pulling this thing along.
I wanna-
So it's slowing you guys down.
Wander offers to help with the wagon pulling.
I hop in the wagon.
So, I want to take my rope out and tie it to, the base or wherever the handle seems to attach, if that's possible, and
Sure.
to pull as well. And then, or maybe I do it in more of a V and give one of the ends to Wander and take one myself, and so it kind of pulls at the base, if that's
Sure.
possible, for how
Yeah.
it attaches.
Yeah,
And we've
very
got
smart.
3 people pulling on it.
Yeah, even with another person or another tree person, it would have been basically negated. So with 3 of you, you guys are able to just pull it along just fine. You'll feel that it'll get stuck every once in a while, but you're able to just pull it out with no problems at all.
So we don't even notice that Felix is in there.
Nope. Even pulling Felix, like just laying out full, and he doesn't even touch the head or the back. No, he's not that.
Legs
With his
just hanging
goggles on?
over the edge.
Yeah.
He's
And
just
yeah,
slowly
you're able
turning
to
it
make
into a
to the-
tank.
Smoking a cigar.
As you guys get closer to the mountains, you do see, again, like I already pointed out, that there is plant life here. Not an abundant amount of plant life, but there are some like shrubs, some smaller trees. There are even like some cactuses that are like have like brightly colored fruit on them. But you don't see any real like wildlife at this point, especially out in the rain.
Is this rain?
Go ahead.
Is this rain refreshing? I forget. Is it like hot out before we got here? I know you said it's getting cooler, but like in the town, was it hot where this rain is like cool and refreshing, or is it making us like cold and uncomfortable?
It's because this part of the world is naturally very warm. It's more refreshing. It's not cold. It's not like it's not Minnesota early spring rain
Okay.
or late fall rain. This is like midsummer rain.
Okay. Cool.
Like steamy road rain.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
It's refreshing. But you are very wet.
We've been walking for like 4 or 5 hours, I imagine.
No, you've been walking for about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Was there a follow-up question or just
No. I just looking at the distance to New Orleans, since it took a day. I assume.
well, it took about 8 hours to get there.
Oh,
That's what it
8
took.
hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right.
So when you guys get to eventually the base of the mountains and you're seeing this foliage, you can see in the size of the side of the mountain, there is a large opening into the mountain. But in front of that, you can see several large puddles that have formed in the sand from this rain. And upon inspection, you can tell that these are large footprints that have been left in the sand and that have since been filled up with rain. But looking, yeah, but the tracks are headed south, kind of confirming what Tizal had seen previously.
Okay.
That something large had come through here and had made its way south. And you guys avoided it by a number of hours.
So it's just passing by. It didn't actually go in or out of the cave.
Correct. Yeah, the tracks come from the north and they go towards the south, just kind of crossing paths with the way you guys are traveling towards the cave.
So it travels south during the day, and then in the evening it comes back up north.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, interesting. Maybe it's got a hunting spot so far south or something. Good.
Got a patrol.
Yeah. Looking at the entrance to the cave, you do see that it's like 20 feet high and about 20 feet wide. So it's a massive opening to this cave. And immediately, once you get inside, the temperature almost immediately drops. Obviously, you're no longer standing in the rain, and you can hear just the echo of the rain, the sounds falling outside the cave. If I would have had rain sounds, I would have been playing them, but I didn't cue that up. Sorry.
Having never been underground, Council just kind of intentionally slows his pace to let Felix go ahead of him, and then he picks up his pace again.
Okay. Sure. As soon as you get inside the cave, Joan goes to the wagon, and you find that the torches are now just soaked. And she says, "Well, this is quite unfortunate. I do not believe these will be of use to us."
Not for a while, at least. I
I'd
do
like to-
have 5 torches in my backpack.
So I'd like to take one of the wet torches and attempt to light it using prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation?
Patient, not nation. Yes, sorry.
Prestidigination.
Yeah, prestidigitation.
What
It's
does
such a
say?
silly way of doing it. Because I don't know if this would stack or if this would work, but I can have up to 3 different effects or similar effects at once. So my thought was that, like, triple try lighting it to, because they're wet and whatnot, to see if it catches them.
So you pull out the one of these dripping wet torches and you try your prestidigitation on it. And even through the magic, it's just too wet to be lit.
I pull out the torches from my adventurer's backpack.
Yeah, I have a Dungeoneer's pack as well, so I've got torches. I forget how many are in there, but
I keep hearing too wet to be lit in my head, like too legit to quit.
They're too wet.
too wet,
Too wet to
too
be
wet
lit.
to be lit.
They're
Hey,
too
hey.
wet to be lit.
I'm gonna go put my parachute pants on. I'll be right back.
You guys are able to pull out torches from your bags, so you do have backups. That's good.
I'll bring it down by 1. Oh, I have 10, not 5. Is that right? Do we get 10?
That sounds like a lot. Is it that many?
It's a
Something
lot
like
to fit
that.
in a pack.
So that's a
Yeah.
bundle of torches.
Explorer's pack. 10 torches.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Holy crap.
Oh yeah, I also have 10 in a Dungeoneer's pack. Holy crap.
All right,
Have
I
like
have 9
100
now.
torches.
Jeez. All right, you guys pull out your torches. Oh my gosh! Pull out your torches.
Hi, Spencer.
Hi, that was me talking to me. I didn't mean for that to happen. Go away. There. That's what I wanted.
I'll give Joan one of my...
Hi, that was me talking to me. Why? For that to happen. Go away. Okay. There, that's gone forever.
I give Joan one of my torches, so I'm down from 10 to 8.
Okay. Cool. she gladly takes one and holds it up. Also follows behind Felix, assuming that he would be the most comfortable down here.
Assuming there are no light sources ahead of us.
Why don't you make your perception check?
Okay. Oh, I need my
Hmm.
dice. Oh, goodness.
Can I do the same as well since I'm planning on lighting a torch before
Yeah,
I
go
light
ahead.
it up? Can I look down?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because if
I
the
mean,
torches are
Felix
the walls
is-
and stuff.
Felix is just gonna look down the cave
Yeah.
anyway because Felix is not gonna light
You
a
can
torch.
see.
Yeah.
He can see better without the torch.
Right.
Ah.
Tizal is actually like not nuzzled, but right side by side with Felix in the front because he can see at night.
Well, I got a 9 on my perception.
I rolled a 12 and I have +5 because my eyes are elfy. 17.
17.
14.
Taking the Hobbit's to Isengard.
I rolled another natural 20.
What?
I
Dice
swear to
game
God.
right now.
Banning that game.
I swear to God.
All right.
Wow. That's a turkey.
That is. Looking down into the cave, you do not see any light sources ahead of you.
Okay. Are there any signs of civilization? Like, is this a road? Are there wall carvings? Or is it just a cave entrance?
No, there is nothing that you can see.
How used is this path?
It is really hard to tell. Looking at the walls and the ceiling, especially here in this part of the cave, it's incredibly smooth. Ceiling walls, like there's no stalagmites, there's no sign of wear and tear, there's no gouges or grooving along the walls. There's no like footprints that you can really see on the ground. It's almost just like a perfectly smoothed out like cube path into the mountain.
Oh, it's cubish. Like, it's got straight walls, straight ceiling, kind of.
Yes, at this point in the entrance, it does.
Oh, okay, okay.
You do see that cube, however, only goes about 40 yards into the cave,
Mhm.
though, before it rapidly starts getting smaller, and the path comes down to about a 5-foot wide by 10-foot high path,
Okay.
which is, while still smooth, it is not cubical. It's more natural shaped, but still very smooth.
Okay. Very carefully making our way down.
I'll attempt to revive Wander before we continue on.
No, Wanderer
Wander
died.
died.
Well,
I was gonna say, Wander is keeping a respectful distance from the torches, and he also casts dark vision on himself. So he
Good
can
call.
see without the torch.
Revan would hang towards the back, but not wanting to mess with Wander. So if Wander's trying to fall even further behind, he would let him. But otherwise, Wander would be kind of bringing up the rear as one of the other people without dark vision, but has a torch.
okay. So it would be like Felix and Tizal up front, Council, Wander, Revan, and then Joan would be somewhere in there as well.
In the middle, probably.
Probably with council.
Yeah, she'd probably be up with Council so that she's near a source of light, but she's not towards the front or the back, more near the
Right.
middle of the pack.
Makes sense.
All right, yeah, you guys make your way into the cave. And yes, this, again, smaller opening continues for basically as far as the eye can see. And anytime you get to the end of as far as that you could have seen that first time, it just keeps going until you have made your way into the mountain for close to an hour.
Dang.
The entire time that you've been walking, it has been at a steady decline. Not terribly steep, maybe like a 5% gradient. But again, it's very smooth. There's no like markings on the walls, nothing that you can see. It's not natural.
This was definitely a created tunnel.
Yes.
Yeah. And the fact that I assume it's basically perfectly straight.
Yes.
We're not going down turns and things like
No.
that. Okay.
No, you have gone completely straight into the mountain.
Okay.
At the point that you have traveled for about an hour into the mountain, you do come to a fork in the road, or in the cave system. And this is where I clarified that Alabaster only knew of one way into the mountain.
Ah.
To the left, so if you are walking down the tunnel about 30 degrees off to your left, this same pattern of tunnel or of cave system continues. So steady decline, thin but still relatively tall, smooth walls, continues to the left, and again continues in a fairly straight pattern, or a straight not pattern, direction. To the right, you notice that there is a much more natural appearing cave feature that kind of joins up to this junction in the road. The ceiling drops considerably. It's only about 5 feet high. The walls are very scarred and jagged, and the floor of this part of the cave is covered in debris. And you can tell that there is a steep drop off here, and that the incline becomes much more noticeable.
Does this look like it's been used? Like, okay, first question. Does it look like something was this made by the people tunneling into the mountain? Like, did we break from this hallway into this cavern? Or was this like, hey, I'm a bunch of deep cave creatures and I've been burrowing and I found this hallway kind of thing?
Why don't you make me an investigation check?
Council would ask that to Felix.
Are
I'd
you,
say you would probably make it like a disadvantage.
Like,
are you
hey,
saying?
Rockman, did someone break into the hallway or did we dig out into the cavern?
Are you asking if like the tunnel we've been crawling through or going our way through is it man-made, or and like this other tunnel is like natural?
No, I mean, to Council it appears to be natural, obviously. He's wondering if whoever made this tunnel broke through into the natural cavern, or if something
Oh.
was in the natural cavern and broke into the tunnel.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Which came first? Was it
Right.
the tunnel that ran into the natural cave, or was it the tunnel existed and the natural cave
Right.
broke into the tunnel?
The chicken or the egg?
Yeah. All right. Do I get my stone thingy? My
Sure, yeah, I'd give it to you.
right.
Also,
You
is
bas-
this where we would turn off to mine? No, the next question, just to plan for that.
Is this what?
Is this where we would turn off into the cavern to mine ore?
Well, the easy decision is that we split the party and just each go one way.
Yep. Felix?
You are
You're muted,
sir.
Jack.
Sorry.
Push to talk.
I'm used to having a physical character sheet in my book, and I don't have it pulled up on my computer. I should just print this out. Okay.
You should. It's nice to have this.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right. So what do you add for this thing? Intelligence history. Okay.
Yeah, so you could use that roll instead if you wanted to substitute it.
Oh boy. That's not good. I'm rolling the opposite of what Luke is rolling.
Natural 1.
No, it's a 2.
Oh, what's your
I add-
history? Mine's +5.
I add 8 to it,
Oh, heck yeah.
so
wow.
it's 10.
It's still a 2.
So a
Fine.
10?
Oh no. I had doubled it, so it's 13.
Did Alex
Oh.
give him advantage? Is that what? I'm sorry. Did I misunderstand what was happening? I thought Alex and him were doing it together.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think there's any way Council would know.
Sure.
Yeah, Council wouldn't be able to really contribute much other than, hey, I have a thought, I'm confirming it with you, who probably knows more.
Gotcha.
Go, Rockman. Tell me.
Felix, you being from this area, being from this part of the world, you're more familiar, but you're not familiar with this particular part of the cave system. So you are not sure if this the pathway was here first or the natural cave was here first. Based on more just like Dornish like mining techniques, you would assume that the cave was here first and that the pathway was carved to the cave, or to the pathway was carved to the cave, not something broke into the pathway.
Council clarifies that he's asking that just to make sure that we're not passing by something's home or like a den or something.
Mm,
Good to know.
On
So
the
how familiar is Felix with like the creatures, like underground, and what we should look out for?
Probably not terribly familiar. Having spent most of his life in the capital, he probably wouldn't have a great grasp of it. He may have heard things, and certainly in the in-between time when he was in the capital to where he was afterwards, he may have heard more things, potentially encountered something, but like not a great knowledge.
Do we stop
Um,
here to mine ore, or do we continue?
Joan, at this point, she says, as we continue into the cave, into the mountain, I find myself growing more and more claustrophobic. I think that I would prefer to stop here, gather what I can, and potentially return to the mouth of the cave and wait, or head back to the city alone. I think, based on what I saw outside the cave, I would like to wait in the mouth of the cave for you to join me.
It is a wiser choice. Does anyone disagree with going into the natural cavern?
I don't know if we should go terribly deep though.
I am going to, when he asks that, I consult the compass, or I look at the compass.
And you want to know, you're focused on what?
The door.
The door is... Oh, you're focusing on the door?
Getting in the door.
Yeah.
What brought us to the mountains?
Well, you had multiple things
So
that brought you
both-
to the mountains.
Okay, so yeah, but the
Say goodnight to kids for a second.
okay.
So is your goal to open the door, or like the heart of the world, or?
Well, not the heart of the world, because I don't believe that's. Well,
Oh no, well that I guess that might
The-
point to the ocean.
yeah. So the thought would be more of the door, what's beyond the door, which was, I believe, what originally. Oh crap! I'm trying to remember what originally pointed to the mountains.
It
But I
was
believe it was.
the base of the doorway on that western gate. I believe we said, "How do we get inside the door?" And it started pointing to the mountains.
Yeah, when we tried to get to the other side of that door.
Mm-hmm.
So finding passageway into what's beyond the door, essentially.
So that would make the compass point in a southwest direction.
So left?
Yes.
So the
Not
smooth tunnel.
not lining up with the smooth.
Hmm.
It's more, if you are facing directly south. Here, I'm going to point right at the camera. If
Yeah.
you're pointed directly south and the cave goes off this way, the
Yeah.
compass is like here.
Okay.
So it's
Or not in
southwest, but not as southwest as the path is.
Well,
It's
I make
it's
sure
pointing.
to share that.
It's pointing
ahead.
as the crow flies,
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
or as the crow digs.
So maybe on the other side of the mountain.
crows and moles are basically the same thing.
I share that with the group and let them know of that I'm thinking of the same thing of what's beyond the door.
Let's.
Has Joan left already?
No, Joan has at this point. She's gone and started like investigating the walls of the more natural cavern to see if there is even an ore vein here that she would be able to get some mineable ore and not just rock from.
Mm-hmm.
I go with my torch and start helping her look around, see if there's anything on the walls.
Sure. Sure. Let's say she'll make an investigation check.
Maybe Rockman can help too.
Ooh,
Rockman!
natural 15.
Felix will also help.
Yeah, she's able to find here. There is plenty ore.
Oh, wow.
This natural cave is rich with materials
Oh, heck yeah.
that she
Is it-
she would be able to use.
I mean, Council doesn't know, but does she recognize anything other than ore? He would ask her, like, do you see, like, copper or other things like that?
Um,
Is it
Alchemite?
just iron?
no, yeah, it's just like iron.
Okay, cool. Still, that's great.
No signs of alchemite at all.
Make me a perception check.
Good question.
Okay. Oh,
Alchemite.
nat 20.
Natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get TPK'd in that first
Yeah.
combat encounter.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
But I'll
I've
know
def-
if there's alchemite.
Every 20 is a difficulty counter goes up, you know?
So you, while you're looking at the walls of the cave, you're not necessarily trained in what you're actually looking for, but you do notice that there are some like deeper gouges into the rock, and just kind of like running your finger along one, you find something rather sharp, and holding your torch kind of like up behind your head so you can see into this gouge. You can see like a small glimmer of something that seems to have been left behind, like twice as big as a grain of sand.
Like it's embedded in the rock, or something happened and it was deposited there.
Like it's embedded in the rock. It was in the rock. Some of it was taken away, and this is what is left.
Ah, I would want to share with the group that there appears to be traces of alchemite.
Okay.
Does it strike anyone else as odd that there is plentiful resources in such an easy to access base in this game?
From the perspective of Orin, I don't think so. There's no way for them to process ore. And this
And this-
journey isn't exactly safe. But from the perspective of the local Dwarn, I'm surprised it is as abundant.
It might be that there's more closer to where they are, and this is quite a ways out for them. And Orin has not been around for very long.
And they don't have a smithy. So there's no reason for them to find ore.
Okay.
But I respect your question. It's a good question to ask if one sees fertile soil and no plants dwelling in it. Exactly what is the reason?
Yes.
Agreed.
Good analogy.
Council's gonna give he's gonna put the torch near Joan and walk into the darkness about 10 feet and just give a solid, like, 5-10 seconds of listening farther into the cavern.
Into the natural cavern?
Yeah, just to see if there's anything kind of like sitting in the dark, waiting, breathing, scratching, I don't know.
You're bringing your torch with you, or you're giving it away? Sorry, I forgot.
He's giving it to Joan because he doesn't
Okay.
want to spook. If there's anything in there, he's gonna kind of stand at the edge of the light and just listen
Okay.
into the darkness,
Why don't you make me a perception check?
just to make sure we're alone. You know, to check it. Oh no, never mind. Natural one. Jones is mining away, I guess.
You are so out of your element right now. It's you notice what Joan was talking about with that claustrophobia.
Right.
I don't know if any of you have like gone down into caves, but like when you are down inside the earth, there is a definite like weight of what is above and around you, and you can feel that.
Council
That's
stress
count.
level goes up by 20.
Exactly. This is Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, you just boop. You're not
Council
going
goes-
mad yet, but you're
Council goes back to the light. He's like, I miss the sky.
Speaking of missing the sky, Wander, you are probably a little unfamiliar with all this as well. Maybe not super comfortable with the whole situation. Willing to push through, obviously, because you are who you are. But being this far away from the sky, from the sun, from soil that you can feed from, it's not a natural place for you.
Sounds good. Yeah, he's trying. Wander is trying to see if he can remember when he was a seed down below the soil, and try and comfort himself with that mental image. It's not terribly successful, but kind of. It's like I remember that. I remember. I've been in the dark before. This is okay. This is okay.
I just
Pulls out his
imagine,
brown paper bag.
I imagine Wanda like having a mental breakdown and like doing interpretive dance. It's like, I'm a tree, I'm a tree.
He's
Well,
about to do that.
being,
I'm a tree. Oh no! Open flame.
would being planted in the soil be like being in utero?
That reminds him of the womb
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
of the
good,
earth.
good times, I guess. I don't know. So how's Joan doing?
Anyway, where are you guys going?
Waiting for Joan to get her fill of ore.
Yeah, so Joan at this point, she has the same pickaxe that she had used to break a hole in the roof of her building,
Mm.
and she is kind of like picking away at the insides of these gouges in the wall and getting out some ore. It's so abundant here that she doesn't have to like swing very hard or like strike very
Jeez.
deep to be able to like break off whole like flakes of it essentially.
Wow.
Tizal would approach council and say, if John's wagon was stuck coming here in the weather with no ore, we should assist her in getting back.
That is the plan.
Hey, she's to wait for us at the mouth of the cave, is what she said.
Weren't you only speaking to council?
I mean, yeah, but I guess I didn't say I was whispering.
Yeah, you didn't whisper very well.
It's
No.
echoing around in the cave.
We're in a cave.
And we are in
a
right?
cave.
It was a
How do you-
stupid
how do you
question,
have a-
bird brain.
How do you have a private conversation?
This is an A and B conversation.
See yourself out of it.
Aye, it always be the sea for old Revan.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
I
Tizal
use
kills
Revan to
himself.
mine the ore.
Yeah, if anyone is willing to use whatever implements they have to like help gather some of this, it doesn't take more than 15-20 minutes to fill the wagon.
Oh wow, that's quick. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, it is very abundant here. It's very easy to get. For your
we
information,
should
there are
move-
real places like this in the world where ore can literally be go and mined with your hands.
Tizal was more kind of broaching the question of should we like escort her back before delving deeper. That's kind of why he brought it up. We
Are we
do
in a-
not know how far into the mountain we will go. Does
Are we
it
in a
make
rush?
sense?
If the
Do we
answer is
want-
no, then we should escort her. If the answer is yes, then we should trust her to stay by the entrance of the cave.
Joan is a grown and capable woman. Perhaps we should ask her what she would like to have done. Joan?
I have been listening the whole time, and I have heard and stated my opinion already that I think I would like to wait at the mouth of the cave. You may finish whatever you need to do, and we can all return this evening. No?
Aye,
Hey,
then we should be off.
If you would wait until I am done, that would be wonderful, and then I will make my way back to the mouth of the cave.
Okay.
And she continues to get a couple more pieces of ore until again her wagon is full to a little bit overflowing. She doesn't like make a mountain of stuff,
Right.
but a sizable amount.
Yeah.
She says,
Oh.
probably 2 or 3 more trips like this, I will be able to make a forge. Especially with the materials that are left out in the open from previous occupants.
It is far sooner than expected.
Very good. I will head back to mouth of the cave now. And please hurry. And with that,
And I brought up that we might not be able to hurry and we should ask. It's okay, it's fine. Don't worry. I'm the stupid one.
We've established that.
Tizol has a good point. We do not know how long we will be.
How long would you wait for us? It could be days for all we know.
I hope it is not that long, but I have rations sufficient for at least 2 days, if needed.
If it does come to it, you should travel all back to the town at night. At the end
Aye.
of those 2 days. Hopefully it is dry by then.
How about this? If you are not back by nightfall, I will leave wagon and I will head back to city. You bring wagon with you. Is this agreeable?
It is fair.
That works.
All right. We'll plan on that. I do not like being down here.
I do not either.
Yes.
Just make sure you don't travel back when the sun is still out.
I will avoid whatever made
Even-
footprints.
Even dusk.
Okay. And with that, she turns and kind of holds her torch above her head and pulls her little wagon. And you notice that she's obviously struggling with it a little bit more than she was before. With the smooth nature of the floor, she's able to get it pretty well, but it's obviously heavier than it was.
Okay.
And you guys are left at the junction.
I start walking down the smooth hole.
I'll lead the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be right next to Felix.
Okay.
As we walk, I want to occasionally check the compass too. Just thinking of the same thing, just glancing at it as we walk.
Before
Okay.
we go, from Jones mining, is there like a little bits of rocks and pebbles and gravel around?
There is, yeah.
Okay. How wide is the entrance to the natural cave? Like 5 feet, 10 feet?
To the natural cave, it's
Yeah.
like 3 feet.
Oh, okay.
Like a person is able to walk through it, and that's about it.
Okay, using the pebbles and gravel, I'm going to make a kind of a. Basically, as we're leaving, as everyone's out of the National Cave, Council turns around and makes kind of an area that would be very easy to see if it was disturbed by the entrance of the Natural Cave, with pebbles and rocks and gravel and stuff. So
Oh,
if something
okay.
walked through, it would split it up, or you could see footprints or something like that.
Okay. Sure.
Kind of like putting string on a door to see if someone walks in.
Sure. Yeah. You set your little trap there.
Just to double check when we're leaving, maybe to see, oh look, something's been here.
If a zombie apocalypse happens, I'm coming to your house.
Good plan. I have so much Soylent. I think that'll work great.
Gross. Do you have anything real?
Yeah, I'd rather die.
Like protein bars, protein bars and peanuts.
Protein bars. There you go. That's
There you
real.
go.
Basically like solidified Soylent.
Basically.
All right. Yeah. With that, Council just kind of gestures to it, just like, hey, I did the thing, and then he keeps walking.
As you begin making your way down this smooth path, and Captain Revan, as you are continuing to look at your compass, after an hour and a half of, again, just walking more or less steadily down into the mountain, the compass, it seems it's fixed on a point. So as you are traveling south, it start pointing more directly west of you. And eventually you get to the point where you have passed wherever it is, and it is now pointing north and west of you.
So when we hit that point, I want to bring that to the attention of the group.
Okay.
Is
Well-
the cave straight the whole time? The path we're taking?
It is.
There's no curves. Okay.
This part of this pathway, it is perfectly smooth, perfectly straight downward.
Revan, would you mind trying something for me?
Aye.
Turn the compass on its side, pointing at the direction that it wants to go.
I do so.
Does the compass point up or down slightly? Because if it's pointing in a direction and it's west, but you turn it and it I don't know. It depends how the tip is guided. You know.
Trying to see if it's above or below us.
Right? Yeah.
It points just slightly below where you are now. It points slightly downward.
Okay. Picanza points that out. I was curious if there was an entrance on the surface of the mountain, but it appears it is farther below us.
Felix, did you happen to look in the natural cave?
Did I look into the natural cave?
Yes.
I was in it.
Did you see it going in any other direction other than straight? By
Yes.
chance?
I was probably towards the front. So it looked like it was sloping down, right? Like, could I tell a steeper decline?
So it's sloped downward, and it was much more natural, like more zigging, zagging. But it appeared to be at least more or less in one direction. You couldn't see like one point where it took like a hard right or something.
What
Yeah.
direction was that?
Down.
No, like what cardinal direction did if the one we took went south?
It would have
what direction?
been like west, northwest.
So the opposite of the way we want to go with the compass. Because we want to go southwest, right?
No, it was straight west is where the compass pointed.
Oh.
Right.
At this point, the compass is pointing northwest of you,
Oh.
slightly.
Well, we have two choices. We can either continue and expect to find more forks and options of travel, or we can go back and see where the natural cave goes. Without the promise of safety that this natural carved tunnel affords us.
Why do you think this tunnel provides us safety?
It was obviously carved for travel. I'd be more comfortable traveling on a road than I would be in the wilds.
Does this look like something that the Dwarn carved?
Why don't you make me an investigation check? Or you can use your history stonework, whatever. Whichever one's better. Probably your history stonework.
Yeah. Let's see. 25?
25. Yes. Not only does this look like something that Dorn carve, you can recall from your time in the caves, the Dwarn would essentially connect different periods of caves or different points of caves, of natural formations of caves, so that they wouldn't have to like, all right, we got to the end of one, but we need to get over to that cave. We don't want to have to like backtrack, go up, and then over. We're just going to carve a line straight to the other end of that cave. So you know that this is essentially like a highway of sorts, or like a shortcut.
Shortcut. I tell the group that.
And to be clear, our first priority is to discover the fate of the travelers from Orin. Following the compass comes after it.
And they were sent to make contact with the Dwarn, which is likely what lies at the end of this one.
One would
Points
hope.
down the cave.
Felix, can you also make tunnel?
With the right tools, anyone can make a tunnel.
I have red alchemite. Does that make tunnel?
We,
More of a hole,
All is tunnel? No.
shallow hole.
and it could.
Might-
There's the potential of bringing the whole place down
Yeah,
upon
might
our
also
heads.
destroy this tunnel
That sounds
and
all
us.
risk. I am thinking it could be possible to burrow in the direction of the compass if we cannot find naturally in tunnel.
What do the Dwarn use to make tunnels?
The Dwarn use a combination of things. So they use their certainly the tools that they have. So just normal things like pickaxes, drills, whatever. But they also all Dwarn have the like stone shaping ability that you have, and they are essentially that is how they have built much of their civilization is utilizing that in various degrees to build up or to take away.
I can use that once a week. Are some
Yep.
other Dwarn better at it than I am?
There are Dwarn that is their life's work is essentially developing that skill.
So
Plus,
for
if you have
now-
enough Dwarn, if everyone can use it once a week, just all right, let's get a chain of Dwarn. When you're done, go
Right.
to the back, make your way up. Just
back
keep
in a
going
week.
away. Exactly.
They have
How's
more
that for a
developed
work schedule?
flying muscles.
I believe we should continue down this current passageway.
This will certainly lead
Aye.
us to some form of Dwarn settlement.
I will mentally prepare for exploring the natural cavern when we decide to pursue the compass.
Now, when we get to the Dwarn settlement, my plan is to make myself look different, like a peak Dwarn that you guys are traveling with.
I see. And your new name will be?
What's a good peak Dwarn name? Do I know?
Your name backwards is Zilef?
I was
Zilef.
gonna say Gileft. Zilef?
Sure, I mean, you could go with that.
No.
I was totally joking.
The Dwarn in general. I mean, you could look at the thing that I sent you once upon a time. That has a bunch of names on it. They're vaguely Scandinavian, Nordic names.
We'll go with Bjorn.
Mads.
I'm Zilef, and I smoke my cigar backwards.
He smokes it by blowing out? I
Oh,
A hot part in his mouth.
guess? Oh no.
oh, just endless ash in his mouth.
Perhaps, I don't know. Sometimes people have nicknames associated with things that they do a lot. Perhaps Smokey would be a good nickname. There's
Smokey
often
the
a lot of
Bjorn.
smoke around you.
We are trying to avoid associating Felix with the Dwarn, as they may be his enemies. So attributing a nickname to him based on a Felix trait may not be the wisest course of action.
I would call them my enemies. They're just the authorities don't like me.
Book reader is very wise.
Just be aware
Thank
and
you,
try
Jim.
not to say my name.
Drunk feather.
Call me Bjorn.
Okay, you Bjorn, let's go.
Do the
Baby Bjorn.
all right. Let's get like the obvious blunders out of the way. Do Peak Dwarn have the southern accent?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the different ones. Howdy, y'all.
Oh no. Okay. Council just opens fire with his crossbow. He's like, no.
Okay.
Yeah, they all have a draw
Oh,
of sorts.
yeah, I could see if the spell covers that as well.
Were you guys having this conversation as you were walking, or
Yeah.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume so.
about the time that you're done having that conversation, you do come across a branch in the road.
Oh.
This path continues straight, smooth, and downwards. There is, however, a path that comes in from almost directly north of you. That is more jagged, but roughly flat.
So natural, but not as steep as the other one.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where's-
this is a flatter, as well. It's a wider, so it's roughly like the same size, if not a little bit bigger than this cave or this path that you are on now.
Where's the compass pointing, Revan?
I was just going to ask, where's the compass pointing?
It is pointed roughly northwest.
Oh. So this natural one is more of a direct path than the previous one, according to the compass. Okay. Also, it's killing me that to confirm the direction of the compass, you are referring to something in front of you, which has our final destination of the compass on it, and we can't see it. It's your DM screen.
It's not. It's actually my phone because I took a picture of it.
Ah.
Because I like drawing things.
Crystal, I'll give you $100 for this phone. Get it.
She's not here.
Ah.
She's out there somewhere.
Oh. Just don't.
We'll take a break in just a little bit, by the way, in case anyone has to pee as much as I do.
Council stops.
Yeah,
Pulls
I had my
out.
whole Baja Blast and
Jack.
2/3 of a can of Monster.
Badja.
Council pulls out a sheet of paper and quickly uses a utensil to draw the first road, the two forks, kind of lightly label them, the way we continued, and the extra two forks.
Okay.
Just kind of like, hey, we've passed two forks. Oh, look
Is
at
it
that.
like
next one.
that? Is it
Yeah, he's doing it, except in character.
No,
You're making a map?
I figured
It's not
I'm
like
totally
that, but-
wrong.
it's not like that. But...
I'm trying.
It's Felix. That's the real reason he left the door.
Dude, I'm just
Does-
really bad at caves.
I hate underground.
Does Revan's ability to draw a map work anywhere or only on a ship? It's like one of his
Oh, that you
one of the
got for-
captain's actions, they're called. There's
You're
like
like
take aim, full
cartography
speed ahead, draw a
tools.
map, and stealth.
You would probably have a pretty good sense of direction. Yeah, with your map making ability.
Okay. I share that as I notice Council starting to make a map and let him know that I have quite a bit of experience with drawing maps and offer to make one.
Yeah, Council lets him like proof it. Like he just kind of hands it to him, and if there's any errors, we can quickly fix them.
Wander looks over your shoulders from a comfortable distance as you're the two torchbearers, but is terribly curious and gently clears his throat and then asks, so how again, how do you know this one won't explode?
Ah, you see, we are making this one. Therefore, we know it is safe.
Wander nods his head for a while and is thinking pretty deeply about this.
They're pretty uncommon for them to explode. It's kind of like grabbing a rock out of the mountain, and if you're really unlucky, it might be red alchemite. But usually it's just a normal rock.
An apt analogy.
So if it glows red, you probably shouldn't read it.
An hour later, Wander's still behind us.
Oh, they're all gone.
While this is all going down, Tizal would like scratch a mark at near the base of the tunnel, just
Okay.
in case.
You want to put your little pebbles down like you did before?
Ah, yes. I mean, is there any available?
Yeah, so where this cave meets up with the pathway, inside the cave there is more debris on the ground.
Okay, yeah, I'll make it.
Anywhere from like sizable stones to just like pebbles.
I want it to be pretty small, so I kind of mark the entrance a foot deep. Just kind of.
Okay. Yeah, cool. You do that.
All right, continue walking.
Which way are you going?
The natural
No.
way?
Not
Or
No, not
natural?
natural.
The further
back
down the
passage,
highway.
Yeah. Yeah. Continue
quickly
down the
on the
highway. Yeah.
we're staying on 494.
Okay.
Gotta find the dwarven.
Okay.
Oh, there's the
Uh,
Running Man logo on that building over there.
You continue down this pathway, and it is again just steep, or not steep, slightly slanted, smooth, um, big enough for Wander to walk through comfortably. You walk for close to another hour and a half, 2 hours, and you find another branch.
Oh my goodness.
This time off, almost directly west.
So the passage continues straight. Natural cavern goes directly west.
Oh, first you encountered halfway through that, it's about 45 minutes in, you encountered a branch that came in from the left side. That almost it did like a 100 or a 360-degree like turn back, but up at an angle more naturally. And then as you kept walking, there was one that goes more directly west, branching off.
So the first one comes from the south?
Correct.
Okay, find the branch from south. 360 turn. Slight upward angle. Third branch. So the third one's coming from the west, you said, right?
Yes.
And the fourth is going north, you said? This new one?
This is going west.
Oh, this new one's going west. Sorry.
Okay. Got him. Thank you.
And Revan, looking at your compass, it is the compass is pointing like directly north of you.
So like back.
Well, so it sort of back. It's like back at an angle. Because if you're facing southwest and it is north, it's like there. Not there. There.
Continue down the passage.
Okay. As you make your way another hour, you find a another passage that comes in from the south. And similar to the previous path that came in from the south, it is a hard left, back and up, where it branches off.
All right.
Everybody make me a perception check.
I'm leaving little pebble trails at each of these. Just to...
Okay.
14.
14.
Another 12 plus
6.
5.
14.
17.
Natural 17.
I was gonna say you're fired.
Council and Tizal, as you are making, or as you're walking along, you begin to notice more and more of those same, like grains of sand, of glittering alchemite left behind. in the walls of this cave. So even though it is mostly smooth, you begin to notice that there are some like gouges in the wall where you can tell the alchemite was mined out essentially.
More so than toward the front, right?
Yes.
Where we've been coming from. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's
we
getting more
relay it.
obvious the deeper we go.
Yeah.
I would relay that.
Okay.
We're getting
Huh.
closer to the dawn, I think.
I should hope so. We've been underground for the better part of the day.
Yeah. At this point, it is. It's into the afternoon, almost into the evening. Keep walking.
How did Wander asked Felix? So when you're underground for so long, exactly how do you keep track of the time? I have no idea what time of day it is.
How did we? Did we have like a clock?
Yes. The
We had-
Dwarn in their capital, essentially, they have one massive clock that they tell time off of.
We
If you look at your player's handbook, in the Arctic or the artistry
Yeah.
for the Dwarn, there's a picture of it.
actually I remember that.
It's not exactly what I want it to look like, but you get the idea.
The Dawn we're good at building machines and that sort of thing, and we have clocks to keep track of time, so you don't need the sun.
So it isn't an inborn dwarf trait, so you don't just automatically know exactly what time of day it is right now?
Correct. I don't have a watch on me.
We're doomed. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, continue down the main passage.
Okay.
The passage hasn't veered much, right? Like, we're not going in a circle.
Up to this point, it has been completely straight.
Okay, good. I'm like, okay, you're back at the entrance. Like, frickin'.
It's been completely straight and downward.
Okay.
As you continue walking, though, about 30 minutes into your walk, the tunnel does slowly start to turn to the right. And you notice that you take more of a west direction as you continue walking. And there are no more interjections from other cave systems that you can see.
Okay.
All right. Keep walking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Assuming there's no interesting features along the way.
Yeah, no,
Keeping an eye out.
sure.
I think Felix is going to be most on alert for other Dwarn, and when we get
Okay.
close to the settlement.
Okay. Yeah, and at any point, if anybody wants to make perception checks, to listen, to look, to do anything, just let me know.
I would say Wander would actually be doing that a lot, perhaps at disadvantage, because he is nervous, so he's paying close attention, but also very distracted at the same time.
Sure. Yeah, if you just make me a perception check, let's see if I can
Okay.
tell you anything.
That's 16.
At disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Dang.
At this part in the caves, it's very quiet. There's you don't notice much of anything. You do notice there's a temperature difference. For a while, as you were coming down into the caves, it was getting colder and colder and colder. At this point, it has started heating up. Not uncomfortably so, but it's approaching more of a normal temperature, like an outside temperature, as opposed to like sitting next to magma temperature.
Wander shares that observation with the group. after a while. At first, he's just kind of enjoying it, feeling warmer, and then he's like, I should tell everyone else.
Okay. You guys continue for 2, 3, 4 more hours walking along this smooth path downwards. And it makes not a full circle, but basically about a half circle. So whereas you were coming down at an angle like this, it then curves and starts curving upward like that.
Okay.
So,
But you are
is
still
that-
traveling downward.
Is there a particular point at which we assume that the tunnel goes on forever and never actually goes anywhere and give up and turn around? Is that a decision that's on the table?
I would
Someone,
leave that decision to our expert.
the Dwarven put a lot of effort into making this tunnel, so it goes somewhere.
Okay.
You keep walking. Another hour, hour and a half, and you come across another branch in the cave system. This time going back and behind you to the east. You do notice at this point that where this tunnel or this cave system comes into the tunnel that you are traveling down, the cave opens up a bit into more of like a cavern, like an appropriate sized cavern, and not just a like tunnel that you are traveling down. So there is a fair amount of smooth, clean surface, and you can see that this pathway does continue onward, but there is a large like natural tunnel kind of around it, or a natural cavern around it, where there is some amount of debris.
Does it feel like it's been long enough that it's almost nighttime?
Oh, it is most definitely nighttime.
Okay.
How long are trips usually, like from Dwarven settlements to surface?
The Dwarven don't really go to the surface.
So it being kind of ridiculously long isn't out of the question.
No, yeah,
Journey.
It's not out of the question. The only Dwarven that really go to the surface are the peaked Dwarven.
Yes, if only one of us would have thought of how long it might take to reach the goal. To coordinate with Joan, man. Oh, oh. Anyway, let's keep going.
Your bitterness is showing, Tizzle.
Yes, I'm laying it on very thickly.
You can see. Go ahead, Revan.
As we walk past that last branch off,
Mhm.
I want to peek into it just as we're going by and hold the torch into it and use can I use prestidigitation to make it glow brighter? Is that something?
Sure. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
say that you you tap into your warlock prestidigitation, and your flame, which up to this point has just been a natural torch, yellowish red color, it almost turns more of a blue and gets a little bit brighter and lightens up the cavern a bit. Which, looking around you, you can see in this cavern there are more. Now that there's this brighter light, there's more glints of alchemite poking out from the rock. And you can see ahead of you, as you start approaching this other cavern off to the right, there is also something else that's on the ground. Which, as you approach it, you can tell that it's a minecart.
Oh.
And it is on rails.
Oh.
And in the minecart, there is a sizable chunk of alchemite.
How big?
Like size of a rugby ball, so a little bit bigger than a football.
Oh, nice.
That's a good sized alchemite.
And this is going down the same path we've been following, or are they peeking their head into that path to the east?
This is
They're
the cavern.
peeking into the to the east.
Okay,
So
so
the
they're looking
cavern
into
kind
the
of like-
east.
Yeah.
Okay.
I pointed that out to the group. Call their attention to the cart and the chunk of
Is it-
alchemite.
Is it strange that they would have left a mine cart with the materials in it, like just abandoned it?
Make me another history stone check to see how much I tell you.
Oh, nat 20. There it
Oh,
is.
oh,
You got lots of
dang.
nat 20s.
Spill the beans.
You, Felix, you know that the Chasm Dwarn do not use minecarts.
Oh.
That is more of a Peak Dwarn thing. Specifically, more groups that you have met before. More what's the word I'm looking for? Entrepreneurial spirited Dwarn might use minecarts
So
to
what do the Chasm Dwarf use then? To carry their goods or their mined materials?
They don't. The Chasm Dwarn very much they're fairly xenophobic and stay to themselves inside their capital cities.
And they
They
have
will-
everything they need there as far as like metals and stuff.
They can provide pretty well for themselves, and there is enough life in the mines beneath that they are able to survive off of that, and different fungi and stuff that grows. Fungi.
Shrooms. Yeah, I relay
Hmm.
that to the group. That this is not Chasm Dorn.
I have many questions, but my first one is: do we keep walking through the night and confront exhaustion again, or do we rest somewhere safe?
We can rest in this wider cavern.
Why doesn't everybody make me a perception check?
I was going to recommend resting in the passageway where there's only 2 ways to attack us, but that's fine.
16.
21.
23.
23.
Goodness.
7.
25? Oh, 7.
7.
I'm a 1.
1. Wander. You hear with a 25, right?
Mhm.
You hear behind you down the path that you were walking, the more smooth path. You hear what sounds like a pebble, essentially, like getting knocked over or like getting kicked or something like that. For just a moment. The rest of you are too distracted by a loud rumbling coming from the wall directly in front of you.
Inside the big cavern?
Yes, inside the walls of the cavern. So while you are looking at this mine cart, the wall that is directly to the right of you, you can hear something on the other side of it making a loud sound. And as that sound grows louder and louder, almost to a deafening point, a large creature bursts through the walls of this cavern and lands in front of all of you. And you see this almost like Herculean beetle looking creature with bits of this alchemite embedded in its like chitinous shell. And you see it has these like large, nasty, like slit, almost like goat-like eyes that it's staring at all of you. And as it bursts through, it just kind of lands. It just stares at all of you. And it attacks. So now you guys roll initiative.
And
it
that's
break
where we'll
time?
end for tonight.
And
just kidding.
No, we're going to take a break.
All right.
And we'll come back.
I'll roll
See you in a
initiative
minute.
now. Oh, never mind. I'm not keeping that roll.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
I
really
might
have
I
to
might
pee.
take I will be gone probably 10, 12 minutes, a little bit longer than usual.
Get some snackies.
Go for it.
Munchies.
All right, we'll come back to that.
and I have ghosts and goblins.
Nice.
I don't have a
Uh,
Commodore 64 though.
I'm good to go. Sorry, guys.
Bye,
No worries, man.
Luca.
I'm good to go. I got to go.
Oh, I thought you said I'm gonna
yeah.
go. I couldn't tell
Bye,
if you were being
Luca.
serious. I was like, dude, no.
I was trying to keep my composure, but on the inside, I was like, "Go f yourself, Luca. Just go f yourself."
We
He's
were
doing
all
house
thinking
stuff.
that, Spencer.
I
a
understand that
day.
you have other things going on, but D&D, D&D,
You're gonna use my hands against me?
yeah.
He will
You're gonna
cut them
slap
off
white like that.
and wave them in your face.
All right.
I know that's the shadow of your microphone, but Alex, you kind of look just sweaty.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like it's like a whole beat up white beater.
No, it's a comfortable 78 in here.
What?
No.
Shut up.
I haven't had the windows open all day, and it's nice and toasty.
78?
He's
My
from
AC
South Africa.
You're
comfy.
a monster.
And he's
I'd be
wearing like
sweating in
a
your house
like
right
a
now.
sweater thing.
I got my cardigan, I got sweater pants and slippers on. It's
Hey Google, what's the temperature inside?
Hey, everybody, roll initiative.
all right.
Done.
Man,
Ooh.
70.
11.
There it is. Remember,
Natural
when,
one.
remember when my rolls were gonna be bad?
Oh
Hey.
no!
Remember that you have your jars of piss.
I'm gonna have to drink a jar of piss.
Oh, I
a swig.
already rolled, so I won't cheat. So I'll keep my bad roll.
Yeah, I had a real bad roll.
Okay, I'm gonna take a swig of piss.
Alrighty.
Yay.
I hope they ate a lot of asparagus. Got Adam.
All right. 25 to 20. 1 to 15.
Boy, guys.
15 to 10.
10!
Oh.
11.
Wow.
Okay. So,
I have a
and which one of you has the higher dex mod?
+4.
+4.
+5.
Ooh. What's your
Oh, are you also an 11?
Yeah,
Oh,
Wow.
that was
okay.
with advantage. And a
And
burnt
then Captain
reaction.
Revan, you come last.
I got
That's
a
with
9.
advantage.
We see and hear everything along the way, but as soon as combat starts, like, okay, guys.
Huh?
Alright.
Where'd that beetle come from?
So this massive beetle-like creature pops out, yells at you after staring at you for a couple seconds, and then it is going to attack. Also, is this right around where everybody thinks they would be? I've got Felix here next to the minecart. Tizal, that's you, Birdman.
Fancy elf man.
Council.
That's a great
there's,
Tizzle model. I like it.
Yeah.
Jeez, you're terrifying, Wander.
Am I the guy with
Yeah,
the sword?
there's Wander. Yeah, there is no model with a gun.
It's an
Sorry.
imaginary gun.
Yeah, you go. Beep, 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 beep,
The
beep.
sword is a gun.
Is it
I mean, if
gun that shoots swords?
I
mean, we were all
feel like
investigating the
Revan's
card.
reaction upon discovering that there was a massive chunk of alchemite in there would have been to back away. But I didn't declare that ahead of time, so it's fine if that's not.
I mean,
something
I would give you like maybe 5-10 feet of movement.
Okay, like next to Wander or something. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
That would, yeah.
And it's not red.
It's fair.
It's a bit-
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Okay.
not red?
It is not red alchemite. No, this is just
Raw.
clear alchemite.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So Umber Hulk is going to go first. And it is going to,
High five us? Oh, no.
yep, come right up here. And it is going to try to pick up Felix between its mandibles. You can see in its mouth, it's got these like nasty, like barbed mandibles that come out. It's going to try and pick him up.
I assume that's how a creature of this size or stature would eat.
That's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Are you sure? That does 17 slashing damage.
It would be slashing.
Is that the one you don't have resistance
Yeah.
to?
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. The good news is it's now going to hit you with 2 claw attacks, which are also both slashing.
good
It would be
news.
slashing.
One's a natural 20.
Oh,
The other one's a 16.
oh my
Holy
goodness.
crap.
Oh, poor Felix.
Does the 16 hit?
16 does not hit.
Okay. That's good.
Suck it, Umbra Hulk.
Crit though. Let's see, that's 11. 27 slashing damage. So you watch as this thing pops out of the wall, stares at you, screams, rushes forward, grabs Felix in its mandibles, lifts him up, and basically just starts like trying to pincer him in half, and just starts tearing at his lower body in
Ouchie.
his jaws.
Holy crap.
So am I like still being picked up?
Yeah. You're not restrained, like you could probably get out of it if you wanted to, but you are. It's holding on to you. Tizzle.
Am I in melee range of this? Big Bertha?
Yes, you technically are.
Okay, so then I would want to circle around him to go behind him.
Okay.
I'm gonna punch his butt.
Gotta punch him in the butt.
Punches thorax.
Here, I'm gonna.
Can you? How many key points can you use in a turn?
Well,
Actually,
So you have a
these
limited
are-
amount of actions.
Yeah, yeah.
Key points unlimited.
There's 1 or 2 things I think that you can use one as a bonus action.
Like you can only do flurry of blows once because you have 1 bonus action round.
Mhm.
Right, but if I wanted to do a stunning strike and a
That's part
flurry
of
of
your-
blows, stunning strike is part of like an attack. So if I get a bonus flurry of blows, I can do extra attacks as a bonus action. Can I then tack on stunning
Yes.
strike at the end of that?
Yes.
If it doesn't say it's an action, I mean, it's Spencer's call, but if it doesn't say it's an action, I would say yeah, because you're just enhancing an attack.
That is correct. I'm going to look it up just to confirm, but when you hit another creature with a melee weapon attack, you can spend 1 key point to attempt a stunning strike. Yes. So it just modifies the attack that you landed. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Sorry, 1 second. I think, if memory serves, unarmed strike. I should be able to also get a bonus action attack. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to use a flurry of blows just yet, but starting at 5th level, I do get 2 attacks. So with my action, I will make 2 attack rolls.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, well, a 10.
Miss. You punch into it, and its skeletal body is much more hard than you think it's going to be.
Natural 20.
Second one, you basically find its butthole and just pop it right in there.
That's not exactly what I was hoping to hear.
Punched it in the
but
butt.
I punched it in the butt. All right. So,
You didn't punch it in the butt.
ooh. So I rolled a 4. Double that is 8, plus my dex. 13.
13?
Mhm.
And that's bludgeoning damage?
Yeah, it's an unarmed strike.
All right. Yeah, you
And
punch
then
it.
as a bonus action, I am going to make another attack because I get that as part of my monk martial arts traits.
Okay.
And that is a dirty 20.
That hits.
And I am going to spend a key point to do a stunning strike.
Okay.
So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw, and the spell save or the key save DC is 8 plus proficiency bonus 3, so 11, 16. It needs to beat a 16.
Ooh, it failed and only got an 11.
Sweet.
Dang,
done.
nice.
So it will take 7. So it will take 7 damage,
Okay.
and it is stunned.
Nice. Very nice. So you watch as Tizal circles around behind it. You hear one dull thud, and then you hear kind of like a cracking noise, and the monster just seizes up. Nice work. Anything else?
No, I'm gonna hang tight.
Okay, Felix.
So he's stunned.
Yes.
Okay.
I would yell out that I stunned him.
Well, I
he-
can probably feel the grip loosen.
And actually, Felix, you can see its face. So please make me a charisma saving throw.
What?
Just
Hang on,
unroll
what-
stuff.
Good thing I went to his butt.
Oh my gosh. That's a 12.
All right. On your turn, roll me a d8, please.
Oh my gosh. It is my turn now, right?
It is.
It is your turn, yes.
6.
6. All right, right. Roll me a d10.
3.
3. On Felix, your turn, you spend your entire turn just running away from this thing.
Oh my
Oh, no.
gosh.
And you run this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
35. Because of
35.
my armor.
Oh, that's right, because you're Zero Suit Samus armor.
Yep.
All right. And that is
Yay.
Felix's turn.
I'm glad it was stunned. Otherwise, that would have been even worse.
Oh yeah, would have got an attack.
Yeah.
Does this thing look like it's got alchemite in its hull or whatever?
Yeah.
Is it like made of stone?
This creature?
Yeah.
No. It is not made of stone. No, this is a natural creature.
Did my attacks feel like they did a normal amount of damage?
You think that, yeah, you did normal damage to it.
Okay.
Once you were able to find that weak spot.
It's butthole. Yeah.
It's butt. Okay. Next. Yeah. Wander. Your turn.
I change into
First, roll me a charisma saving throw. Now that Felix is out of the way, you too can see its face.
let's see. Okay. Five plus my dump stat is 5.
5. Roll me a d8, please. I'm sorry, you do
wanna.
not turn into anything.
That's an 8.
8. On a 7 or 8, the creature makes one melee attack against a random creature within range. Please swing it, Captain Revan, for me.
It's wait. Wander
Wait, you
makes an
said
attack?
melee? Oh, wander. Oh.
Oh.
Here's Wander. Here's Captain Revan.
Ah, yep.
Okay, so let's see. That's
Umber Hulks have something called confusing gaze.
Oh.
interesting. So
Unless you specifically look away from it and attack at disadvantage, or get to a point where you can't see its face.
Everyone
an
swarm
act.
the butthole.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew my pervert instincts would come out on top for once.
Seriously. So that's a 6 to hit.
Does that hit,
just
Kepler?
barely hits? No, that definitely misses.
I'm glad he doesn't have shillelagh, really. It's just crunch.
Oh,
Wander just turns and kind of like loosely drapes his leaves over Captain Revan. Captain Revan, like, knock it off. There's something to fight.
It's like, hey, I love you. Hey.
what are you doing, you silly piece of wood?
All right, Council.
So hold on. That's my action. Do I have movement left, or am I disoriented? Am I in
You do
control of my
nothing on your
faculties?
turn.
Okay.
On a failed saving throw, the creature can't take reactions until the start of its next turn and rolls a d8 to determine what it does during that turn. On a 7 or 8, the creature makes one melee attack against a random creature, or it does nothing if no creature's within reach. So you could still move.
Oh, I can still move.
Yeah.
Okay. I will actually turn around and as stealthily as I can move a ways, use my movement, 30 feet of movement to see
30.
what's back there if I can see anything.
That's as far as you can go.
Okay.
You don't see anything.
Okay.
Is that where the pebble noise came from?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's where the noise came from. Okay.
Okay.
Council, your turn.
Oh boy. Do I notice a trend? People looking at this thing and then being affected adversely?
Actually, because you can see its face right now,
But
roll me a charisma saving throw.
my mouse
Oh.
protects me. Charisma saving throw. What's my charisma? 14. I rolled a 14. I don't have charisma saving throws. Plus 2, 16.
You may do as you would please.
Heck yeah. All right. I am going to shoot this thing in the face
Okay, go for it.
with my poison bolt, my one non-poison bolt.
Nice.
Ha! 11 plus 10, 21.
21 hits.
All right, cool. Roll my damage. It's 1d8 plus 5 plus 1d4. 1d8. 6 plus 5, 11 plus 1d4. Heh. 4. 15.
15
Pew.
damage. Wow. Okay.
Good
All right.
shot.
You load up your poisonous bolt and just boop,
Think.
like right between its mandibles. You can see like where if it had a face, it's where its nose would be. And just kind of like sink one in there.
Council says, "There's something on your face." Pew! It was pain. Anyway, he doesn't actually say that.
Is a poison arrow continuous damage?
No. This one doesn't say. I think it's just a little bit of bonus damage.
It's just
Okay.
bonus damage now.
We got it at level like 1, so I assume it's just okay. And I'm going to. This thing looks pretty strong, right?
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
Okay. So
You
trip
think?
attack is probably a bad idea. I'm gonna use a distracting strike. I expend a superiority dice. When I've hit a creature, which I already have, I give my allies an opening. I add the superiority dice to the damage, so I'm gonna roll a d8 to add that. Up 2, so he takes 2 more damage. And the next attack roll against the target by an attacker other than you has advantage if the attack is made before my next turn. So the next person to attack him before my next turn gets advantage.
I just realized that I never added Revan to this.
Oh.
Revan, you were up here, yeah?
Oh, I had a 9,
He's lost.
so
by-
I
Oh,
assume I
next.
dead
You're
last. That's why I was there, right? Wasn't I at the very end?
Well, you weren't there. And next up, it had Umber Hulk.
Oh.
I was very confused. So now you're there.
Oh, okay.
Need to mark my thing. I have 4 attacks today. Okay, I'm gonna do my second attack because I'm level 5 and I'm finally a fighter.
Yeah.
All right,
finally a fighter.
15 plus 10, 25.
That hits.
Yeah. D8. Ah, 5 plus 5, 10. Pew.
10. Nice.
All right. Shoot, shoot.
Imagine
Shoot
all-
another bolt up into its face.
All attack rolls against him have advantage right now because he's
Oh.
stunned.
All melee attacks.
It just says
Right.
attack rolls against the creature have advantage. That's what the stun condition says.
Oh.
Okay. Well, good thing I didn't miss.
Well, you could roll twice just to see if you ended up
Crit.
getting crits.
Did you just roll a 20?
I got a 20. Oh, wow. Okay. Do you want to see it? I can take a picture. I mean,
No, that's fine. I believe
Okay.
you.
so my first.
The first one, you did 15 total damage.
So I rolled a 6 and a d4. So I rolled a 6 and a 4. So that would be another 10.
Okay.
And then the second one, not a 20. In fact, it was a 2, so that's good.
Good stuff.
Going to. I want to get between it and Felix, because Felix looks like he got Le Munchied quite a bit. So yeah, about
Sure.
that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's going to be my turn.
Okay. Captain Revan, please make me a charisma saving throw.
My eyes are closed.
They were not when combat
I
started.
know, I'm just being funny.
Not
Charisma. Oh, good. Charisma's my good stuff. 21.
Yeah, that's the warlock stat.
Yeah, you stare this thing down. You're like, I'm uglier than you. That's something
Oh.
Captain Revan would say.
I don't know if that's something he would say. Doesn't sound like Captain Revan. All right, I'm going to start by backing away 30 feet.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
A little bit at an angle, not right next to Wander, just
Oh.
knowing how he was being kind of weird to me.
Okay. Like
Slap
So
5,
kind of, yeah,
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Like there?
sure. Yep.
Okay.
And I am going to. So the alchemite that's embedded in him, is it red?
No.
Draw, right?
Yeah, this is just raw alchemite. Clear.
Just raw alchemite. Well, all right, I'm going to start by casting Armor of Agathis at 3rd level. Give me some extra HP here.
You have 3rd level spells?
Uh-huh, but only 2 of them.
All right, you still get the high level spell slots, just not very many of them.
Right, I can only cast 2 spells per breath, so it's
I'm
down
still
to
at
1.
I'm still at 2nd level, but I
Yeah.
have more spell slots than you.
I learn a lot and I get my levels pretty high, but I think even I don't get much above 3 spells per day for a long time. I'm at 2 currently. Okay, so then I mean that's my action. So can I do a bonus action here?
No, your
All right,
spells are still only level 2,
What?
aren't they? Oh no, you're 5th level. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
They're 3rd. They're
Yeah.
3rd.
Okay.
You're right.
That's gonna be my turn.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna use the rest of my. Nope, done. I'm in. Never mind. I'm done.
All right. Umber Hulk's turn. It's stunned, right?
Yep, it's incapacitated.
All right. Tizzle, your turn.
Until
The
Gonna
end of
make a
my next
save?
turn.
Oh, the end of
No.
your next turn. Wow.
Until the end of my next turn.
till the end of this turn.
Am I up now?
Yeah,
Yes, you're
you're
up.
top of
Okay.
the order.
I punch at the butt.
Okay. Punch it a butt.
Don't forget advantage.
Stunning is good.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
didn't help at all. 12.
12 misses.
Oof. Good thing you get 2 hits.
Non-natural 20.
That hits.
It's gonna be 7 damage.
7.
And then as a bonus action, I will make another attack, and I will.
Okay.
But when I hit another creature, I can spend the key point. So I can decide if when I hit, right? That's what it
Yep.
says.
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna miss. It's a 10.
Does not hit.
Okay. But what I am gonna do. Would you say that I have noticed what's happening to everyone around him by now when they look at him?
Make me an investigation check.
Sure. Natural 20.
Yeah, you. I think you noticed.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and scoot on back.
Scooting away
I'm-
from the creature.
Yeah, I'm gonna move probably 30 feet, like toward the screen.
So this way.
Actually, back into the left. Yeah,
Okay,
that
so
way.
you started here, so
Yeah,
5,
just- yeah.
10, 15. Okay, so when you step 5, he's gonna turn and take a swing at you.
My turn's not over.
Stunned.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, you're right. Your turn's not over.
My turn's not over.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Can I like duck around the wall so I like break line of sight with it?
So you want to go like there?
Yeah, I don't want to like immediately see it. That's probably not possible, huh?
Yeah, you don't break line of sight. You'd have to like tuck back in that corner, and even then, I
You
don't
just
think
not
that you'd
look
be able
at
to break
it.
line of sight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to stare at the wall.
go for it.
That's my turn.
Okay. Felix, your turn.
So, question quickly: if
Uh,
he attacked with advantage, does that consume my my maneuver?
yes, because the next attack against the creature is with advantage.
Okay, so I shouldn't have used my maneuver because I didn't know the stun was giving advantage. Okay, but I got 2 bonus damage, so okay.
It worked.
I didn't realize until after you had gone to look up what the stun condition was.
That's fine.
I'm going to run 35 feet further into that tunnel.
Or
5
as like
feet further.
Further.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, stop
35.
right there. Oh yeah. Actually, that's perfect. Turn around, and can I is. All right. Can I see? Is this? Am I looking at its face, or can I like look at its body?
If you are looking at it, you have to do the
You have
check.
to do the thing.
Mhm.
Gosh, guess I'll do the thing.
All right, make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, nat 20.
You're
Dang.
fine. You're like, I've seen your face
So
before.
I'm gonna bonus action cast Hunter's Mark on it, and then
Range on Hunter's Mark is 60 feet, 120.
90.
Ooh.
90 feet. And then this armor has like these ballerina. There's like these gems on the. It's like one single gem on like the back of the fist. And
Is
like
Infinity Gauntlet.
it's just one.
Okay.
Yeah, when they made this armor ability, like it was totally someone just I don't know, going crazy about Iron Man.
I mean, of course.
Because it's like straight up like it comes out of the palm or your fit is like, and then the art they have it like kind of come out of the palm, like, oh come on, this one's gonna be the back of the hand. But then yeah, the Infinity Gauntlet. Anyway, so lightning will crackle out of this thing and fire a bolt at the thing, the Umber Hulk. It's a ranged
that-
attack.
Hit Council as well?
Nope, it's just like a ranged weapon.
You're casting lightning?
No, it's
Oh, okay.
it's a ranged weapon, but it does lightning damage.
I gotcha. Okay.
And that's 24 to hit.
That hits.
So it's one. Where's my d6? 1d6 plus another d6. So that's the other d6 is for Hunter's Mark. Oh boy, those are big numbers. So that's a total of 16 lightning damage. And once per turn, when I hit something, I can do an additional 1d6. So like the lightning hits it, and then it's like it strikes again.
Oh wow.
I like Witch Bolt.
Yeah, that's another 4 damage.
Another 4 damage.
Yeah, take that.
Does that count as a weapon attack?
It's a weapon attack, so I get to do it
Oh.
again. 'Cause I
Wow.
get 2 attacks.
Zap zap.
Zappity zap. This one's 22 to hit.
That hits.
I'm over here shooting pointy bits of wood at it, and we got Felix with zappy McLightning pants.
And I don't
Felix
get the
is-
extra d6 on this one, but it's still 2d6 because of Hunter's Mark.
Felix is Zeus.
Throwing lightning bolts over here.
That one only did 9 damage.
9 damage.
You're of no further use to me.
You notice, Felix, as your lightning strikes the creature, some of the alchemite that is embedded in it goes from a clear color to a blue color.
Perfect. I need that.
If it punches me with lightning, I'm gonna be very upset. He's like, "Thank you, Zap."
All right. That your turn?
Yeah.
Wander. Running this away.
Yep. So I glance over my shoulder to see approximately where it is to see if it's moved.
Okay.
And then I cast Moonbeam on it.
Okay.
Moonbeam.
So that Constitution saving throw. Then I'll roll 2d10, and it's either full damage or half damage.
Constitution saving throw?
Yep.
It's only a 10. Wah, wah.
That fails. Yeah. So that. Oh, jeez. 4.
4 damage?
Radiant damage. Yeah.
Okay.
What's Moonbeam? 3d10?
2d10.
2d10. It's
Ugh.
it's always a shock of how little damage 2d10 can be.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
It's supposed to be so big.
If
No,
you
it could
roll
be up to
40-10,
20.
you can still do 4 damage.
Yep.
All right.
Unless they're fire giants throwing things for 40-10, and then they hit us for like 30 every time.
36 damage every time.
And never miss. Just hoop, hoop.
So can I tell how far away that that pebble that I heard was?
Make me an investigation check.
Okay.
Sure. See if you know how echolocation works.
15.
15.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably about 40 feet behind you.
Okay. Yeah, I use my full movement and keep going down the hallway then to investigate.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. When you get here, you notice that there are 2 figures.
Gospel.
Behind this boulder.
Oh. Man, they've changed this menu. That's cool.
Behind the boulder.
A dwarf and a human? A human?
It is a humanoid figure.
Oh.
Would you like to keep moving, or would you like to stop at that point?
I will stop at that point. How much can I say to them? Just in terms of
6 seconds worth.
okay. Say, whoa. Are you here to help, or are you against us as well?
All right. We'll see if they respond on their turn. Council.
Okie dokie.
Well, first off, would you like to avert your gaze?
Well, no one has announced the whole gaze averting thing, so I'm gonna have to roll to see if that's a thing. Unless, I mean,
Go for it.
okay. Well, I rolled a 12. Investigation plus 2, 14.
It's not investigation, it's charisma.
Oh, I was checking to see if I noticed the pattern of having to look away or not,
Oh,
because it was never announced. Not pointing fingers, it's just heat of battle, that kind of stuff.
sure.
So-
You said 15?
14.
14. I would say probably not.
Okay. Charisma saving throw. Ha
Tis all staring at the wall in the corner for unrelated reasons.
He's like, Council's like, damn it, bird, be useful. Well, I rolled a 10, and I get plus 2 for 12.
So you fail. Please roll me a
Voodoo.
d8.
Okay, well, if this were Constitution, I get plus 7, so that would be nice. I rolled a 2 on my d8.
You roll a 2.
Yes.
You do
yes.
nothing. You just stand there in fear as this figure towers over you.
Okay,
Whoops.
excellent. I quiver aggressively, and that's my turn.
Quiver away. All right, Captain Robin.
All right. I, as a bonus action, am going to summon a Grasp of the Deep Tentacle.
Okie doke.
Let's see. Can do it within 30 feet, so definitely towards that creature. Where's 30 feet out from me? Is that right back at the cart, basically? Or right
Hang on. There's a way to measure. Don't remember what it is.
I think it's the tool on the bottom right. I think it's M.
Ah, you're correct.
Please don't measure your tentacle on screen.
So it would be this far.
Oh, and then I'm still 5, 10, like 15 feet from that guy.
5, 10, 15, 20 feet, another 20 feet away.
Oh, poopy. Okay. I'm going to move forward and 10 feet.
So 5, 10, 10 feet, you said?
Yeah, kind of at an angle, so also one
Oh,
to up
So
the
5,
screen.
10,
So 15 feet, whatever that has to be. Yeah.
15 feet?
And well, I want to be able to have 30 feet be like right on the right side of that cart, so it's within 10 feet of him.
So first off, are you averting your gaze from it?
Inherently, would Revan know about this? Like, having now gone through it and knowing that something was up? I mean, as a player, I want to say yes, but I don't know if my character would be aware of that or not.
You
and
know
I'd
that
rather-
it has a scary looking face. Because you succeeded, I don't know if you know that it has like a especially scary face.
I suppose not then.
All right, roll me a charisma saving throw then.
You'll be fine. You got them.
Nope, that's an 11.
Oh.
11
you have?
total?
11 total.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, you
Oh.
failed. Roll me a d8.
Real low. 6.
6. All right, now roll me a d10.
Keep on running.
1.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do you have 30 feet of movement? That's it.
Yes.
Would that be minus the 15 from earlier?
No, because I took that back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. That is your turn.
Man,
Umber Hulk
brutal.
is going to.
He's starting his turn in the moonbeam, so that's another.
Okay, yeah. Does
Con
he
save.
make a throw of some kind, or you just
Yeah,
hit him?
Constitution save.
Ooh, that's a 16.
That succeeds.
Beats it, beats it.
So half of 5 radiant damage.
All right. Okay. It is going to see Revan charging towards it, it thinks. It's going to go after him. 5, 10,
This is not going
15.
well.
20.
He's only attacked once.
Yeah, but we're
And
not doing a whole lot of
He
damage.
did like 8,000 damage.
it's going to attack with its mandibles first.
It's only 44 damage.
Oh no!
That's a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Armor back this?
Yep, but well, you can tell me what I got first, and then I'll tell you.
Oh, it's only 11 slashing damage.
Man, Felix got hosed.
And it is going to take 15 cold damage.
All
Might
right.
be one of the highest or second highest damage we've done so far.
So
I
that's that.
almost didn't put that armor on. I'm glad I decided to. I was going to do a different attack spell instead, but
All right, and then it is going to make 2 attacks with its claws.
Yep.
A natural 20
Oh, no.
and a 12.
So the 20 hits along with 15 cold damage.
Okay.
The 12 misses.
And it does. Nine. 23 slashing damage. With
You
that
s-
one claw.
23?
23.
Holy cow. This is only okay made by the fact that I have my new damage counter, and it's super fun counting it on this.
Okay.
Oh man, 23 damage. I'm a warlock, you know.
Yeah?
I'm not built for these attacks. That's why I run away.
And it is going to go. So
It could step once more if it wanted.
actually, it's going to take that back. It's going to instead go 10.
Is that out of melee range? Or no?
No, that's in melee with you
Okay.
still.
Okay.
Him pivoting.
Mm-hmm. And that is its turn. Tizal, are you averting your eyes?
I mean, I'm facing the wall.
So yeah, you're all right.
I had left off previously saying I was facing the wall in case it turned toward me.
Yeah. Okay.
So out of my periphery, I can see it moved?
Out of your periphery,
Mhm.
you could see that it moved out of your periphery.
Okay. I would. If I turn and face it, would I see its face from this angle, or would I see the side of it?
You would see its face, the side of its face.
Okay. I think it is reasonable to suspect if I moved backwards while averting my gaze
Mm-hmm.
that I would go basically 5 feet until I felt comfortable enough that I was behind it. That seem reasonable to you?
Yeah, if you wanted to just like backpedal.
Yeah, backpedal and like glance to see like, oh, do I see a shoulder, basically.
Okay. Okay. So you get there.
I would take the rest of my movement, probably flight, to get directly behind it and punch it in the butt.
All right. 10, 15, 20, 25. There you go.
Okay, and before I punch it in the butt, I'm gonna yell out, probably having seen Council freeze and do nothing, because I saw that one staring at the wall. Do not stare at the creature's face. and then I punch it in the butt.
All right, punch it in the butt.
Very nice.
10's gonna miss.
10 is gonna miss.
A 22, assuming hits.
It does hit.
Is this specifically its face? Like, can I just look at its legs?
If you look at the creature, if you can see its face, if its face is in your vision, field of vision.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to be focused on it; it just has to be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
9
Stare at the
damage.
ground and run at it until you see its feet. Hit its feet.
Where we need a Minotaur. Can just look down and charge.
Still
9
attacks at
damage.
disadvantage.
It's 9 damage.
9.
Yep.
9.
And I'm going to use a bonus action to attack one more time. Natural 20, and I'm going to use a key
Nice.
point for a stunning strike.
All right, go for it.
It needs to make a Constitution save, and that is 4, 8, another 13 damage.
I'm gonna track the amount of crits we got tonight,
I know,
including the monster.
You said 13 damage?
I rolled a 4, doubled 8 plus 5, yeah, 13.
13. All right,
Yep,
so
and
it
the
is-
spell save DC is 16.
all right, it got 15.
Incapacitated.
All right. And it's going to shake that off.
Oh, it has legendary actions?
You don't know.
Ooh.
You feel like you got a pretty solid hit on it, and it seized up for just a second, and then it just kind of quivered a little bit, and then dropped back down into a more of a fighting position.
Okay, I would look at its feet. Then my turn.
Okay. Felix.
No. That's a 10.
Oh, because you're looking at it?
Yep.
That fails. Go ahead and roll me a d8.
Hoodoo.
8.
8. You make a melee attack against a random creature, or it does nothing if no creature's within reach. You stand
Touch the
there
wall.
and quiver aggressively.
It would have been really spooky. He was like, "Okay, make a melee attack," but there's nothing there. You don't know that.
Just standing in the dark over here.
Yeah, because you're not actually lit up.
Right.
Back to Wonder.
What did they say?
When you walked around the corner, the creature that is closest to you, you can see, for you, Barnabas's knowledge, it looks like an automaton. It's essentially a living piece of armor that is standing there before you, and it has a massive hammer in one hand. And it is standing, and behind it is a small dwarven male who's just wearing kind of grubbier clothing. Doesn't look entirely dissimilar to Felix, but he is not wearing a suit. He does not look like he is a fighter by any means. And when they see you, the automaton just kind of like drops into a fighting stance, and the dwarven behind him puts his hand on the automaton's leg and says, "Wait, I think that they're here to help."
Oh, and that's it?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's table
What did,
talk.
wait, what did you ask? You asked if they were there to hurt or to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't directly address your question.
Okay. I respond and say, "Could you please help us fight this beast?" And then I glance back. Did I hear Tizal?
Shouting not to look at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably heard it. It's echoey in this cave.
Okay. Yeah, then I glance over my shoulder and move the moonbeam
Oh, that's right, because you have a moonbeam out.
onto the monster again.
I don't know what to hear. I'll use the tentacle for the moonbeam.
When you attack
No, no,
with a
no.
moonbeam, do you consider it to be mooning the character?
Absolutely.
All right. You
So
are
that's a-
mooning.
Constitution save.
Right. That's a 19.
That succeeds, so half of 12, 6 radiant damage.
6 radiant damage. All right.
Is that a full action to move it? Do you not get to cast
No.
anything? Oh,
It's
wow.
a full action to move it.
Okay. Your turn.
Well, what were you gonna say earlier, Alex? You said not to
Oh,
table
what-
talk, but
What is this a peaked one or? I know, but just with the color of his skin. Not that it's important, but
It's a chasm door.
oh, okay, cool. Not that I can see him. I was just curious.
okay, yeah, and I'll stay here to see if the dwarf responds. I'll actually, I'll move 1 square further away to give the automaton space to go at the monster if they decide to do so.
Moving out of its range, it attacks you. I'm just kidding.
Ah.
Gotcha.
Uses its blowtorch attack.
Oh no.
That's awful.
Oh, it's Wander. Just
Oh no.
all right. Council.
All right. Having heard Tizzle, he's gonna take a calculated risk and not take disadvantage on his shots.
Okay, roll me a charisma save.
So he's gonna look at it. Charisma save. Hoop. 17 plus 2, 19.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. All right. Got him.
Whatever fear overcame you in the last round, you have shaken off this turn. You're
Have
ready
at
to
thee,
stare
creature.
death in the face.
Yas. All right. First attack. Hoop. 18 plus 10, 28.
28 hits.
All right. Roll a 6 plus 5, 11 for my first shot.
Going back to this one.
Oh, before that, I'm going to do another distracting strike.
11, you
so-
said, was your first shot?
Well, hang on. I'm doing a distracting strike. So I hit, so I'll add my d8 superiority dice.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Plus 6, so 17.
17.
And the next person
Alright.
other than me to attack it gets advantage. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
I'll subtract another superiority dice. Oh. Go, pen. There we go. And I will attack again. Second attack. Pew. Ooh. 9 plus 10, 19.
19 hits.
Yeah. All right. D8. 7. Heck yeah. Plus 5. That's 12.
Oh, all right.
Thunk, thunk.
Alright. This creature's looking pretty beat up at this point.
All right.
Not feeling too hot.
And I'm gonna, I wanna get in the way of Revan in this thing, so I'm gonna move up into melee range.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Is that full 30 or is that 25?
That was 30
Okay.
because you were there.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
That's
Oh,
fine.
it's like 30. There you go.
That works. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Captain
That's my
Revan,
turn.
you are in the claws of this thing, or in the mandibles of this thing. Please make me a
I'm
charisma saving
currently
throw.
caught. What did you say? Sorry.
Please make me a charisma saving throw. You do not have the option to look away.
Oh,
Roll high.
13.
Oh no.
13. Sorry. Roll me a d8. Actually, because you're kind of caught in its mandibles, you just sit there and do nothing. Actually,
Okay,
roll me a d8,
Okay.
because if a 7 or 8, you do hit a random creature.
Oh, 1.
1, you do nothing.
Okay. Does it take more cold damage? No, because it's only a melee attack.
Yeah, it's not attacking you.
Okay.
It's just holding on to you.
All right. Well, I guess, and I can't do anything.
No,
Okay.
no, you're
Sweet.
paralyzed as you stare into its face.
Good stuff.
The saltiest chew toy.
On the Hulk's turn, first Moonbeam, right?
Yep.
That's only a 9.
That fails, so full 9 radiant damage.
I made sure to taunt it in beetle person as I was running at it. Clickety clackety. I'm gonna kill your frackety. I don't know what.
Sounds about right. All right. So on its turn, it is again going to make 3 attacks against Revan.
Oh no!
So first, with its mandibles, it's just going to kind of crush down.
Oh,
I hold on to Revan's ankles.
That's a 19 to hit.
That will hit along with 15 cold damage.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it does not like that. You're seeing it now at and when you blast that ice energy, first, one of the pieces of alchemite that's like embedded in its head turns a bright white color, and it is like getting frost on its face that's gathering.
Oh. So Armor of Agathis only works while you have the temporary hit points. Sorry to be a party pooper, but I was actually curious how long that lasts.
That seems really OP.
So where do the hit points go at the beginning then?
Yeah, they were the first ones you lost.
Okay. Well, then it doesn't take that 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would it have taken the second 15? Because how many temporary hit
Yep.
points did you get?
Yeah, because that first one didn't do more than 15 damage.
Okay.
But the second attack was the huge amount of damage.
Gotcha. Okay.
So just that one, it didn't take the 15.
Okay.
So it still has white alchemite on it.
From the first time that it got hit by Revan's thing, yes.
Oh, it's white. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is 16 slashing damage.
Hey.
Man, this thing's brutal.
Revan has more HP than me, I think.
Well, I gained 15 HP from the Armor of Agathis.
And then it's going to hit you with the 2 claw attacks.
And I probably have more HP than you. You've been rolling so terribly.
I know.
That's 2 23s.
Oh gosh.
Jesus.
Well, the first one, Revan goes down. And
Well,
then
not the damage. It was 23 to hit.
Oh. Well, okay. So both of those hit then.
Okay.
I see. I was like, that's an insane amount of damage.
Yeah.
So the first one, you take 17 slashing damage.
Oh, it was at exactly 17 HP.
So is that out?
So that brings me to 0.
Oh.
Okay, so you're at 0. It then takes the second slashing, and you just lose 2 death saves.
Oh no.
And it kind of tosses your body aside, just 5, 10, 15.
Oh. Benevolent monster, demon monster, or the beetle.
Yeah, now that it has basically killed this thing, it's done with it.
Oh, it tossed me aside, though?
Does
Yes.
he take
It-
falling
it-
damage?
Yeah, I was going to say, am I going to take damage? Revan is now permadead.
Boom.
You take 4 bludgeoning damage as you fall.
Permanently dead.
No. But the second that your body hits the floor, because they like disturbed, Wander, you notice the automaton, its head snaps up and looks over in that direction.
Mm.
On Hulk's turn being done,
That's not great.
Ooh. Cool.
oh wait, it is going to move 40 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's going to use its action to move again. 5, 10, 15. And then it is going to action surge. And it is going to use lay on hands. And essentially pick up Revan by like the front of his coat, pick him up, stand him on his feet, garble something at him that sounds like, and jolt him back to life. And you now have 15 more hit points.
Oh, sweet.
Action surge and lay on hands. Damn.
Awesome.
That's great.
1-5, you said 15?
Yeah.
Look at that. I can maybe take one more hit. I'm very thankful for that little automaton.
I have to mention one thing before that. Okay, so first, oh no, he wouldn't. Okay, that was it. That's his turn. Dwarf commoner back here. You just hear him yell, "Go, Sledge!"
Sledge.
That's it. Tis all.
Okay, so
Oh.
I'm gonna change up my order of operations here because I realize I've been doing this stupidly. I'm gonna punch at the butt.
Okay.
I have advantage because of the distracting strike. What's 6 plus 7? 14? No, 13?
No,
That
13.
won't do.
Doesn't hit.
8 plus 7? 15? Is that it?
Doesn't hit.
Oh, alright. Oh, 17 plus 7? 24? Is that it?
That does hit.
I'm going to spend a key
That's-
point.
All right.
17 plus 7? 24?
That hits.
No, yep, you're right. Never mind.
I'm bad at math, so I usually second guess myself. Okay, key point to do stunning strike. He needs to make Constitution save, DC 16.
Knocked. 16 fails.
Okay, it's going to take 9 damage.
Okay.
Did it get stunned this time, or did it shake it off? Taylor Swift stun.
It is, as far as you can tell, it's stunned.
Okay, I'm going to attack again, and this time, as a bonus action, I attack, and I should get it at advantage.
Yeah.
18 or stay with an 18 and not a natural 1.
Sorry, what did you
18?
roll?
18?
18
That
hits.
hit?
That just hits.
Okay, and then that's another 7 damage.
How would you like to do it?
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
I don't want to be crass, so I will say that he's going to like kind of do his drunken stupor type thing, and he's going to land one shot into his left thigh, and then kind of spin around and sweep his legs out from under him, and then the weight of his head falling backwards just kills him instantly.
Nice. So you're able to kind of, with your, wings that you have, give yourself a little more momentum than a normal like spin kick would. That you have enough force to take down this massive creature. And he falls back, and you just hear a thickening crunch as its head like lands on a sharp rock, and it dies.
Yeah.
Done.
Oh no, it's actually a kraken.
Oh, Mountain Kraken. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. An Earth-based Kraken.
Ugh, nightmare fuel.
And it is dead, and we will end there because it's
No,
9
tis
o'clock
all-
on the dot.
Tis all dabs.
Tis all dabs, and then we'll end there.
Hey, we got new people to talk to. I forgot to help bot and Tankard Dorn.
I dig it.
I'm so
Cool.
stupid lucky. I just decided to get behind it for no arbitrary reason other than to just try to flank it.
Things could have gone very differently otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of good rolls. A lot of unfortunate rolls.
There was a
Mhm.
lot of 20s tonight.
Yeah.
There was a
Lots of burn.
lot of 20s.
I got one.
I rolled at least 5 20s.
Wow.
You got two.
Can I
rolled
give you
one.
my dice to microwave as well?
These are metal. There's no microwaving happening.
You
The very
ruined
strong
your.
microwave.
I beg to differ. Toss those bad boys in the microwave, and you got yourself a fireworks display.
Can I make this thing topple over?
I don't think so.
Can't you make it go prone?
You like add
Oh, it has
physics to it.
emotes. It has emotes. Can you make a dab?
That's like wiggle.
Oh
And,
wait,
Don't make,
I had
don't make it biggle. Don't make it big.
Why not dab, Alex?
because dabbing is for peasants.
no.
I punched.
Maybe
Emotes
they've
are
added it.
surprised, wiggle, and thwirl.
It's cool. It's cool.
So
Magic
tis
missile.
all.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
cool.
That's
what?
cool.
Wait, click Felix to do that. I want to see it from really far away.
What? That was awesome.
Oh, so
Oh.
you click Felix to
Hey.
highlight him and then right click
That
the.
is so cool.
It even goes around
Please do that
corners of
every
the
time from now
environments.
on.
That was
Wait, wait, wait.
awesome.
Can you do
Hold
like a lightning bolt one?
Hold on, hold on.
Can,
hold
can
on.
I play a wizard
Eldritch
instead?
blast.
Oh, that's cool.
Sweet.
I don't know why it's coming from different people.
So you have Revan selected right now. See his base? It's got the blue. That's-
Oh, so if I go from Felix, but
And
I
then
right-click
right-click.
this guy.
Yeah. Pume. Oh,
Like
that's
a,
cool.
do a little twirl before.
Yeah, you do. You do your magic girl transformation.
I'm sure. From down the hall, you just hear. Like Felix?
Felix is a sailor scout.
Oh God.
Uh,
All right, well
Makes
done.
me feel so pretty. Meteor storm.
lightning meteors.
Alright, I'm gonna turn off the stream. Ugh.
Bye, everybody.
That was
Bye,
fun.
world.
Bye, world.